The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio. It's Talking Radio. Here it's Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock. Hear guys like myself, the youth and come That's my soul.
I think TrashTalkingRadio.com. Everybody should listen their while because they're on every Tuesday on TrashTalkingRadio.com. Trash Talking, you haven't lived, so you TrashTalkingRadio.com.
Hey wrestling fans, the Dragon Steve. Want to Mike Trash, and that's Trash Radio from 7 to 10. And Trash Talking Radio. One of the best guys you ever to. One of the best guys I've ever talked to. Trash Talk. That's your dad. Dragon Talk.
This is Bobby Lashley. You're listening to Trash Talk Radio, 7 to 10 every Tuesday night.
This is Dan to be severed, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 p.m. You better listen or else I know where you live.
This is a Honky Tonk Man, and I'm going to tell you right now, 7 to 10 every Tuesday, it's Trash Talking Radio. Brother, if you want to talk some trash, this is the place to be.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. Best night of the week, and here we are, another Tuesday night, and right before a holiday.
Yeah, I know.
That's next week, right?
Yes.
Next week. Yeah, keep forgetting when they are dropping those holidays. Not that they are the same this way because of all this COVID stuff.
That's what it's like when you don't have a day job.
I'm not gonna apologize for that because I'm happy to be unemployed and very happy about not having to work for the man.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up and I say, "Am I really not working and still living?"
You don't have to brag. I mean, come on.
I'll tell you, I couldn't be happier about it. So I will.
I mean, that's one nice thing of working remote is if it really snows and the roads are bad, I don't have to go anywhere.
Well, that's true too. But I'm very happy about the not having to work. I worked enough. Hey, Steve Kern. I was thinking about you the other day.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, I was thinking about him because he has a very, very interesting career, and I had him on the show many years ago, and we talked about a lot of his career. And actually, with NXT where it is now, it wouldn't have been where it is now if it weren't for FCW.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Alphabet C.
Yeah, I think it was FCW. If it weren't for FCW, there would be no NXT. And they had a special on, what was it? Was it a WWE? I think it was a WWE special, or it was a special on where NXT came from, and they talked about FCW, and they talked about Steve Kern, and it was really, really interesting. So, hey, Jose, how are you doing? And so it was a very, very good special. I think must have been on the WWE network. I saw it, or else it was on 20. Maybe it was one of those ESPN specials. But it was really, really interesting. So, really talked about how the whole thing developed, how it went from. Remember, we talked to Deep South, and then they closed Deep South and moved everybody to Florida, and they talked about that and.
Well, I hope we don't close another promotion.
Yeah.
We'd be known as the promotion killers.
Not us. We didn't close it.
Okay.
We could be accused of closing it, but I'm not working there anymore, so not working those promotions. They can't accuse me of closing them.
Okay, that's good.
So that means if no other promotions ever close again, I can be cleared of all charges. But anyway, but Steve Kern has a great story about how he came into business too. So if you don't know that story, it's worth checking into.
Ashley says hi.
Hi, Ashley. I don't get to see her because she's on
She's
yours,
right
not
here.
mine. Well, I mean, she's on yours, but she's not on my screen. So
we need to find something that we can do just once, so we both
I know
can see
that would be awesome.
That was the way it used to be.
I know
that was so much
when
fun.
it was simple. When I didn't have to run all these screens to make sure that everybody gets it.
Well, I'm sure we could do that as long as we just had it all going into one place where everybody could meet and talk. And,
well, that's what I tried to do how many different times, and we had that chat room over in...
well, you have all this time in the world to do something, and...
I'm lazy.
Well, I know that.
That's why I don't do anything.
Yes, but, this is the show. You should be doing stuff like that.
I do things for the show. Lots of things for the show. Actually, that's...
well, then why don't you have this done?
Because I'm doing other things.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
I think. Anyway.
I mean, I'm always looking for stuff for the show.
We're going to talk about some wrestling stuff in a while. But we're going to start with... since we don't have any deaths, I think, for a change to talk about.
Yeah, you didn't kill anybody.
I didn't see anybody dead. So we're going to go straight to the entertainment section. And we're going to talk about, first, Rick Moranis.
Nice.
Now, do you know who he is?
Yeah, he was on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes, he was. And
I know that.
On the next one, which was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids Again or something.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
That's what it was, yeah. Well, he's back in the news because
Ryan Reynolds. Yes.
Well, he's back in the news again. What do you think he did?
Let's see. Last time he was with Ryan Reynolds.
I'll just tell you.
Okay.
Someone attacked him.
Oh, Lord.
He was in New York City, and he was attacked on the streets by a mugger. So, why anybody would attack him, I mean...
They were looking for drugs, maybe?
Well...
I mean, if he can blow up the kids or shrink the kids, maybe they were looking for that kind of drug.
I don't know. But they caught the guy that accosted him. What's that? It's saying duplicate status. I didn't send that already, did I? Did I? No, because that was... Now I got to figure out if I sent it already. Doggone it.
I was going to say, there it says... Yeah, you did. See? Right there.
That was... I sent it to Twitter.
Yeah, and
well, why would it send it to Facebook?
Who knows?
Shouldn't have sent it to Facebook, but if it did, I'll take it.
If your Twitter is linked to your Facebook, it will.
Well, there's the last thing I sent. It's right here. And I don't see where it's sent, so I would say I didn't.
Oh.
So they lied. See, I thought they lied to me because I was pretty sure I sent it to the right... I know I screw it up sometimes, but I was pretty sure I did it right this time. Well, why now won't let me paste? Why won't you let me paste?
Because I know there's times that it's on your page like twice. Once from
why.
Twitter,
I
once...
know why. Yeah, I'm an idiot. That's why. All right, here we go. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. Anyway, he was walking down the street one day, and he was just minding his own business. And where is it? A New York man was arrested on Saturday in connection with last month's unprovoked attack on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids star Rick Moranis. On Saturday afternoon, the New York Police Department tweeted that a suspect has been apprehended and charged. And it says here, thanks to an eagle-eyed sergeant, this suspect has been apprehended. See, the thing is, people don't realize there are cameras everywhere. You don't get away with anything because they can show you on camera doing whatever it is you did. So, guy's name is Marcus. Hey, why do you have a Q? Shouldn't be a QIS. Marquis.
No,
looks
it's
like
Marcus.
Marquis.
It's
Marquis.
the Mexican or Spanish version.
It's the American version is Marquis.
Marquis.
That's the
Marquis.
French version.
Marquis, yeah. Marquis.
Ventura. I wonder if he's any friend of Ace Ventura.
Or Jesse.
Or, Jesse Ventura. It says, October 1st, Moranis was punched in the head while walking on a New York City sidewalk near his apartment building. Moranis was knocked to the ground due to the attack. Security footage released by the NYPD showed the attacker wearing a black I Love New York hoodie. He loves New York so much he hates Rick Moranis. So I think Rick Moranis is funny, and I like the stuff that he's done, and so heck with him. We don't need him. Anyway, Lisa Marie Presley is back in the business. Is back in the news. She is the king's daughter. Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea what she's worth?
Probably maybe $3 million.
All right, let's see. Lisa Marie lost net worth. How the king's daughter lost all her money. So
is it investments?
It's divorces for one.
Oh well, yeah.
The only child of the King of Rock, Elvis Presley, and his wife, actress Priscilla Presley. Lisa Marie is an American singer and songwriter. Marie is the sole heir to the father's estate and has 3 albums to her name. She has been married 4 times. I thought it was 3 times. 2 of them being major celebrities, namely Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage. Her current spouse is Michael Lockwood, with whom she gave birth to two twin daughters. Does that mean she has 2 sets of twins?
No, she has 2 twin, and they're both girls.
So if we did algebra, that would be 2 to the second, which would be 4.
Something like that. Yeah, 2 twin daughters equals 4 ex-husbands.
Well,
or 4 husbands.
But anyway, she is 52 now. And she has been active since 1997 and currently single after 4 failed marriages. Hey, Lisa, give me a call. I'll take care of you.
Yeah, no.
No, I won't. I don't want twin daughters. Forget that. 2 twin daughters. I don't want 4 daughters.
Well, if they're already grown and out on their own, then you don't have to worry about it.
I don't think they are, though.
Probably not.
She's the mother of 4 children. See, I was right, including Riley Coe, whoever that is. Anyway, Lisa was born exactly 9 months after Elvis and Presley and Priscilla got married at the Baptist. Anyway, we'll get back to this. She inherited her father's estate on her 25th birthday, which was worth $100 million.
Wow.
And 85% of it, and sold 85% of it in 2004. So 85% of $100 million would be easy.
85 million.
85 million. You would think that's how much she would have, something like that. Well, it says here, she met Freddie Mercury on a Queen concert in the late 70s and gave him her father's scarf, and at the same time expressed her love for the theatrics. I would have loved to have met him too. Her debut album, To Whom It May Concern, on April 8th, 2003, hit the 5th spot on the Billboard 200 albums chart and was gold certified that year. So you got to think she's doing okay, right?
You would think, yeah.
All right, her second album.
I mean, she was married to Michael Jackson.
Well, that. Michael Jackson was in debt by like $20 million when he died. Now, the only reason that his family had anything was because they had money coming from the concert he was working on, and that almost broke him even. So,
wow.
If you talk about that, that would be a negative for her, because...
And I'm sure there's prenuptial agreements in there, and they probably found the loopholes out of them. And
right. All right, so her second album...
called Drop the Trackball.
Called
okay.
Now What, which was released in 2005, reached number 9 on the Billboard 200, and she co-written 10 songs on that one, and one of the songs, Shine, even has a guest appearance by Pink. So, her third album, Storm and Grace, came out in 2012. It was produced by Oscar and Grammy recipient T-Bone Burnett, and it received too many positive reviews. Received too many positive reviews. How would that be? How many reviews are too many positive reviews?
That doesn't even sound right.
It doesn't. I think I thought I read it wrong, but I read it again, and it said too many positive reviews.
By Oscar and Grammy recipient T-Bone Burnett.
Now, where did we start? 85 million.
Yeah.
Is where we started, right?
Okay.
What do you think her net worth is now?
I said $3 million.
$3 million? being the sole owner of the inheritance, you'd expect her daughter to be loaded. That is not the case. Her current net worth is minus $16 million, meaning she's in the debt of $16 million. That too after selling 85% of her father's estate. Oh, wait a minute. She sold 85% of her father's estate for $100 million. So that tells you being minus $16 million means she needs to talk to me, because I have more than minus $16 million.
Yeah.
I have at least $100, and that's $100 more than she has.
Well, that's what I have in my wallet.
So you might be you better be careful. You might be mugged out in the parking lot.
If anybody mugs me out here,
could be a bear
or a deer.
Or a deer. Anyway, she blamed her. She has blamed and even sued her business manager, Barry Siegel, claiming that he made bad business deals while leading her to believe that business
He
was good.
embezzled it.
I don't know. She apparently has only $14,000 to her name, which is nothing for a woman of her taste.
Oh, she can't even pay her electric bill with that.
I'm telling you, what a weird thing to think that the king's daughter, who had she had $100 million. How do you blow through $100 million? Okay, that would be
bad investment.
Now, keep in mind that was in
no prenup.
She got 25. She was at 25.
Drugs.
She got $100 million at 25.
Yes.
She's 52. So in 27 years, she lost $100 million. That is a lot of money. Maybe I don't want her, because she might end up making me bankrupt. Oh, man.
Oh, just make sure you have a prenup first, and that way you protect your assets.
I can't even imagine. I mean, I can't imagine having $100 million, let alone being minus $16 million.
Hey, I'm just freaking out that I have $100 in my wallet.
Well, she has $14,000, but minus $16 million.
Yeah, but she can't pay her late bill on that.
Oh, man. That's crazy. She probably can't pay her kids either.
Probably not.
So, oh, man.
They probably need those really expensive wheelie shoes. And
yeah. No wonder she's single at this point. Her husband was sick of her spending money. Oh, man. That's just unbelievable. So, she's not worth all that. She's not all that.
Not all that in a box of rocks.
Hey, Mike Black. So, yeah, that's crazy. So there's a movie out now called...
What?
What?
Exactly. What'd you say? What's a movie?
It's a series of moving pictures. Anyway, there's a movie out called Freaky. Freaky. Is it Freaky?
Freaky Friday the 13th. That should have been
Freaky.
last week.
Well, it's a comedy horror movie.
Oh, brother.
So it has Vince Vaughn in it. So I do want to see it.
You just wait till it comes on your box.
It's the goriest Disney movie ever made, according to this. The goriest Disney movie ever made.
Ugh.
According to
I can't see Disney doing a bad movie, like a gory movie.
That's the thing that's interesting, is that they didn't do those kind of movies. But
because when you think Disney, you think kids, not gore.
Well, Disney's evolved, because now they have the Avengers movies and all that other stuff, and
but that still appeals to kids.
And they have the
and
Star
teens.
Wars and stuff like that. So they have evolved a little bit. But this is a comedy, and it's supposed to be has Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton, and it says here Newton plays a high school student who's a bit of a wallflower, while Vaughn steps in as a local serial killer, the Butcher. So I actually want to see it. I kind of think it would be interesting. So I don't know. I just want to see what weirdness this movie is. But think about it. Landon did the says here. I believe he was. I think he's the one that did Happy Death Day.
I believe so.
I would have to think about. I would have to check it out, but I believe he did do that, and I think it has some.
Wait a minute.
Well, I'm looking. Anyway, it was released already. It's come out with a now.
Yes.
He did. Okay.
Yep.
So Vince Vaughn and so they did $3.7 million for the debut. Now, keep in mind, back in the day when we used to go to movies, 3.7 million didn't cut the cheese.
Right.
You know, we were looking at opening movies of 20 million, 100 million, half a million, or they did 400 million. You know,
True.
Now they're stuck at 3.7 million. That shows you what's going on nowadays, because people aren't going to the movies, and it's a shame because the people that spent all the money to put these movies together wasn't expecting. Oh, I closed it down. I knew it did something wrong there. Okay, which one did I do it to? Okay.
Well, the good thing is you have it right here. You can see where you...
Yeah. I think I did this one already. Now I think I did do this. I'll do it again on there. What I know is Twitter always tells me when I do it more than once. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it shows you the state of the movies now is that you can't. There's no way to make money on the movies right now. They still haven't released that Bond movie, so it tells you that things are going crazy here. So I think it's really sad that we're not able to go to the movie. Well, I mean, we can go to the movies, but it's just one of the most dangerous places out there now.
Well, that's at least for now. You never know what the next 5 minutes will bring.
Yeah, that's true. Ryan Reynolds will make his Marvel Universe debut in a movie that isn't Deadpool 3. And as
What?
he's not gonna be Deadpool 3 in the Marvel Universe in his debut for the Marvel Universe, because that was under, I think it was under DC, but he's a crossover character. We'll see Deadpool in the Marvel Universe.
It just
soon.
won't be a Deadpool movie.
Right. Well,
okay.
No, that's not what that. He's going to be in Doctor Strange. A small screen is reporting they've heard from multiple sources that Ryan Reynolds will appear as. Oh, he will be Deadpool. He will be playing Deadpool in the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. You never saw the Doctor Strange, did you? You saw the Doctor Strange when he was in the not Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw that.
Yeah, but it wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy. It was the Avengers movie, the one where
right.
But I don't think you saw the original Doctor Strange, because that was.
Yeah, I don't think
that was really weird. It was, and they're coming out with a new one, which is this one. So it should be interesting to see how he's going to be in this movie. But a site source says that Deadpool's appearance will be it'll be more than a little more than a cameo, one that will poke fun at both Disney and Fox at the merger, because Disney bought Fox, so now they have everything. They have DC, and they have Avengers, so they got everything. They got all.
They cornered the market.
They do have the market on superheroes. So Deadpool's involvement will at least show that Disney still has a character in mind for the larger world, and would possibly be the first Marvel character in the Fox purchase that made an appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I think it's interesting, because I'm a big Deadpool fan. So that didn't work. All right, how do I do that? Okay, go back. Oh, I didn't. Wait, how do we do this? Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. This is what we want. We want this right here. So, I mean, I really like the stuff he does, and he's been doing some pretty interesting things with some of the new movies he's in that I want to see. I want to see that one where he's a video game character, and he doesn't know that he's a video game character. So that would be interesting. Oops, let's see. Let's do this again. Where are we? Okay. Oh, there we are. All right. Put this at the top. Pin it. Wait, that's the old one. Because we have green. We have green today. Where's the green one? I am green, right?
Yeah.
Green. Why isn't it green?
Did you refresh it?
I did refresh it.
Then maybe it didn't.
Why not? Well, that's weird. I hope I didn't check to see if we were on there, but yeah, we are, according
to my phone, I think we are.
Well, that's on Twitter. So it should be here. This says live. I don't know why it's showing the blue one, though.
No, it's on, see?
Well, that's on Twitter. Well, why does it have that one? So it should be... I'm really confused. Okay, well, I guess I'll pin that one up there then. I don't know. Anyway, now I need to put it over here. I hate those that don't have the links where I can post it automatically. Okay. So, like I said, Ryan Reynolds is definitely making his mark in the business now, because he's got a lot of... He's number 2 next to The Rock. Next one, this is the one I wanted to really spend a little bit of time on. Wolfie Van Halen. I don't know if I'm going to get to see this, if the People magazine is going to shut me out or not, but we'll try. Okay. Yeah, okay, good. He was on Howard Stern this week, and I really thought the interview was awesome. He sounded like, he doesn't sound like a 25-year-old. He sounds like he's been in the business a long time, which his dad has been in the business forever. But I really like that. I mean, Eddie was one of the greatest guitarists ever, and it's going to be a long time before we see another guitarist like that can do what he did. But one of the things I liked about it was that he showed there were a couple pictures of him and his father.
Is that him? Yeah, okay.
That's him, yeah.
Yeah, I can see Valerie Bertinelli in him.
Yeah, and he did a Stern interview yesterday, which I was listening to. He was talking about there's a vault of music we have not heard that Eddie has in a vault that he just... But he said, I'm not going to be listening to that vault anytime soon because it's too fresh.
Now, well, I can understand that because there's still some things that, I can't do or I can't listen to that...
Hey, Greg, how you doing? It's... but it's real... He said that at this point, there's so much stuff, it's going to take him a long time to go through it, and he's concentrating on his own music, which is what his dad would want him to do.
Right.
He said his dad would cuss at him if he heard him going through all his stuff and not concentrating on his own career. And that was awesome. I just really... He sounded so much more mature than I thought he would sound like. I thought he would be like...
one of today's teenager kids?
Basically spoiled and, not wanting to work for it. But he wanted to work for his own image. He's trying to figure out what he is going to do.
And, honestly, I think that's the way that children of celebrities should be.
Right.
They should be brought up that way because then it means more to them.
Now, I'm going to do something that...
Because what's going to happen is if his parents gave him everything that he ever wanted,
That's right.
He'll end up like Lisa Marie Presley.
Exactly. That's a good... Perfect.
Thank you.
Well, here is the song he wrote about his dad while his dad was still living, but talking about missing... Oh, you might not want to listen to this one. I didn't think of that.
It's okay.
It's really a good
I'll be
song.
okay.
Just listen to the song for what it is. The quality of the sound.
It could
his
speak
voice.
to me.
He played all of the instruments in this song, and he sang all the vocals of the song.
So he was a one-man band on
Yes.
this?
Well, his dad
Okay.
usually played all the instruments, but was not a singer. But he did it all. And I'll tell you, he's a good singer. He's really good at it. Now, I'm probably getting in trouble with YouTube, by the way, so... or probably get in trouble with everybody because of DMC, or whatever
alphabet soup they choose to
the
use.
Democratic Party is going to come down on this, but it's really good. He was talking about to his dad, or
how you doing?
Well, that's not it. Where's the song? Where did I see it? No, that's okay. That's not it. I may actually play it from YouTube because I thought this was a song. Wait a minute, I got to figure out if it's a song.
Is it the one above it?
Oh, I have it. Wait a minute, I have it here. I did make a copy of it onto my... Yeah, here it is. Let's see if I can get this over here. It's so the name of his band is Mammoth. Mammoth. I don't know if it's Mammoth or Mammoth WVH, but Mammoth, for those that are Van Halen lovers and everything, know that was the name of Van Halen before it was Van Halen. So he took the name of his dad's band, and I thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, this is it. Oop, that's not it. That's the wrong one. Darn it. Darn. Where is it? There it is. This one is it. So this is the song. I'm going to have to back it up.
Watching it in reverse is giving me a headache.
Well, that means his dad comes back to life.
Yeah.
Here you go. And this kid plays everything.
Above the garage, built a little studio for you and me.
So that's Eddie there?
No, that's a son.
Oh, okay.
Bye-bye.
Well, yeah, that's... Okay.
I think Valerie liked him because he had better hair than she did. Anyway.
Or maybe the same length.
But he has a good voice. Listen to that.
I'm so nervous. Don't know my place. A life without you. I'm not ready to move on.
I'm going to tell you right now that this song, if you don't cry with this song, you aren't human. Because he wrote this song and played it for his dad before his dad died.
Okay.
And it's about his dad dying. And I'm in the process of trying to reconcile my own mother not dying yet, but where she's going through a phase. So this hit me right where I thought it would hit me.
No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what.
Of course, the big difference is that his father actually loved him and showed his affection to his son. And a little bit different from my family, but but you care about the people that were your upbringing. You know?
Well, yeah,
so
of course.
It's just.
I like the fact that he's got a binky in his mouth.
I don't know what a binky is.
Pacifier.
Oh, well, that's probably because it has drugs on it.
The distance is, you'll be okay.
I love this scene where he's playing with the guitar. He's like learning how to strum it there.
Practice makes perfect.
I'm so tired.
Hey, that's almost exactly how many years to the date?
Yeah.
Next week.
And you know, whenever I see him play, I just like, he's just so amazing of a guitar player. Because he didn't really like today's guitar players. He liked Cream. When Eric Clapton was in Cream, he liked the stuff that he did there, but he didn't like Eric Clapton after Cream. I still like Eric Clapton after Cream, but I liked Eric Clapton.
Really?
Clapton with Cream. And it's just the only hero that he had that was in rock, you're probably not going to guess it, was Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
But he didn't listen to much rock because he was brought up with a classical family. That's probably why Wolfgang was named Wolfgang, because of Wolfgang
Amadeus Mozart. Yeah. Okay, that would make sense.
Crying. Don't want this place.
That was his only son too, by the way, and his I think Valerie's only son too.
I believe so.
So, you know, that was that I found pretty interesting too.
World
Yeah, especially when you don't see too many dads feeding their child today. I mean, some do if you're a single parent.
Okay, so
but
he's about 25 now. So that meant was that?
That was 1991.
Oh, so yeah. So he's going to be probably 25. So.
Oh, the beach.
I really like this song, by the way. The story is, though, that when he was 13 or 14, he went up to his dad and said, "I want to learn to play guitar." And his dad said, "Well, we'll have to find you the right person to teach you."
Okay, and he wanted his dad to teach him.
Exactly. And his dad never thought he was the right person to teach him because he didn't learn the conventional way. But his dad ended up teaching him.
And you know, some parents are like that because, you know, it's just the way they're taught.
But can you imagine being the world's greatest guitarist, living guitarist, and really not believing that you're the world's greatest living guitarist?
It might not be that. He might have thought that that's, like, he wasn't a teacher, and the way he would teach is not the most conventional.
That's correct. And that's the funny part to me, is that, you know, he didn't feel that he was qualified to teach his son guitar because he taught himself guitar. And he doesn't...
And he probably didn't know how to teach his son, but
he wanted to get him the best... He was going to pay to get him the best guitarist.
And, you know, that's...
And that was him.
But the thing is, that's where something, you know, like the expression, some things money can't buy.
Right. Yeah.
I could see him saying that, you know, like, I want to get you the best, but then not realize, hey, who better to teach him than me?
Right. Listen to his voice, son.
I feel like I'm upside down.
Now, I want to tell you something, that even if he sucked, he would probably make $1 billion
just on his name
because
alone.
His name.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, he actually can play and he can actually sing, and he probably deserves it. It's really kind of cool, because usually I'm jealous of people like that because they had all the advantages of having everything not given to him.
Right.
I'm not going to say given to him, but, you know, it's like if your dad's the greatest guitarist in the world and you get to play guitar, you sucked, you could still make a lot of money because of the name.
Yeah.
But this guy's actually pretty good, and I you know,
he learned from the best.
Yeah, I think it's cool that he didn't slack and actually wanted to play. He was on the road with his dad at 16.
Wow.
Playing bass. Could you imagine that whole? And I don't know if he realized at 16 how big his dad was. He may have, but, you know, because like a lot of times, I'm trying to think of an example of this. I'm going to say Howard Stern.
Okay.
When he picked up his kids from school, they didn't realize how big of a name he was, and you know, and like some of the wrestlers that picked up their kids at school, and they're
like The Rock.
Who's your favorite wrestler? Cena. And they're like, no, what about me? You know, it's like, but in this case, his dad is the greatest, or was the greatest of the time. I'm going to say of the time because there may be some point somebody better. Listen to the guitar. The same guitar riff as Dad did. Same kind of stuff.
Oh, and teaches him drums too. What?
This has got to be the coolest thing in the world to play on stage with your dad, and him being Eddie Van Halen.
Wait a minute.
That's him.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, wait a minute.
What?
Does the guitar match the set?
Kinda. Well, his dad has a red guitar like this.
Oh.
And so he has a black one. Like
yeah, but it matches the set.
Yeah, it does.
That's cool.
Yeah. And just the idea that you would be able to bond with your dad like that. I mean, I would have loved to have bonded with my dad, but
yeah.
I blew that chance. And anyway, yeah, there we go, that stage. Now look at those amplifiers. Now you saw what we play with. That's just
that's
his guitar.
Maybe like one section of.
That's just his guitar amps.
Wow.
Those are not the PA. The PA is.
Your PA is just about one square of that.
And yes, on each side. Well, now it's even smaller because it's the bigger PA, the bigger sounding PA in a smaller box. But yeah,
it's more current.
And we don't have a gong, and we don't have a drum set like that
yet.
But I mean, I just think it's really cool. It's anyway. Rest of the song. There we go. There's the whole thing. I mean, he's like 16 there.
Wow.
I don't know what he is there, but I'm thinking he's somewhere around there.
I'm so happy. Found a place.
I'm just so happy to have you as my son, man.
That is just amazing.
So proud of you. I love you so much. Call me if you get a chance. I want to hear your voice. Okay? I love you.
To me, that's just such a strong video.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, there's another song, but that's not the one I mean, I really want to play that one. Again, it's Mammoth. Wolfgang did a great job on that song. And, you know, I wish him luck in his career because I think he's going to have a good career. And he's going to be able to live on the Van Halen name. But I mean, he was talking about they were going to put back Van Halen as for a new tour. They were going to have David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar and Gary Sharon, who were the original the guitarists for Van Halen, all on the same tour. And they were going to have Michael Anthony come back in and play bass. So they were going to actually do a Van Halen tour with the original team plus the extra singers, and they actually Wolfgang actually contacted the original bass player, Michael Anthony.
Okay.
Well, he contacted his people, and they were going to do it, and Eddie didn't even know that they were going to do it. I mean, by the time they contacted and started working on this stuff, they realized that Eddie wasn't going to be around to play.
Aww.
So, but that was. I mean, it's sad, but what a good band, and I really do like Wolfgang stuff. So, hey, Wolfgang, I'm available to sing for you. Oh, that was. I mean, I just love that the feel of that song. It wasn't a Van Halen song. It was a Wolfgang song. It didn't have the Van Halen thing.
So what would the new band be called? Mammoth WVH Trash?
Mike Trash and the Mammoth.
Oh, okay. Brother.
Hey, why not? If I'm going to dream, I might as well dream big.
Well, that's true.
So, I don't know. It's funny. But, yeah, that...
or Mike Trash and the Mammoth Van Halens.
Yeah. Yeah. Says here, who is sending me these freaking...
Somebody who doesn't know the show's going on.
I know she did hers. What's this? Oh, okay, this is people that are liking the links.
Oh, okay.
I don't usually hear the bings all the time on that. Oh, I can cancel that. That would be, I think I can do that, can I?
Mute it.
Can I?
But maybe because you're playing stuff off of that one, I don't know.
I have to look. I do have the sounds muted. I don't know why it's doing that. All right. Anyway, it's good to know that people were, doing the, yeah. But anyway, back to the, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to make sure I talked about. And he wrote a song while his late father battled cancer, imagining my life would be without him and how much terribly I'd miss him. The fact that he did the interview this close to his death, too, is respectable. Because I know when my dad died, I couldn't talk about that for years and years. And,
I still have trouble.
Well,
I'm getting better, but...
Yeah, I didn't think of that when I was
it's okay.
going to do this.
I'm good.
But I would...
I'm not crying yet.
You have to admit that that's a pretty good song for...
Well, what happened was you were breaking it up, so
yes.
if I were to listen to it straight through, then I'd probably
I did that for two reasons. I did that for you.
Oh, thank you.
And I did that for YouTube. Because I know I'm going to get hit with this one. But I figured the more I broke it up, the less chance of it. But I don't know.
Now, if I would sit and listen to the whole thing, I probably would.
It's a really good song. I really think that he did a good job. Anyway, it's now. Do you remember several months ago I said that AMC made a deal with one of the movie companies to let them stream the new releases quicker than normal.
Right.
Well, Universal and Cinemark shortened the deal with their pay-per-view on demand in wake of the AMC deal. So AMC did it with AMC Studios and Universal and Cinemark.
Sounds like thunder or something.
Or somebody's moving something upstairs. I might have been broken into. They might be stealing everything in my house.
Yeah, maybe.
That's okay.
Buddy,
I've got
go
too
check
much
it
stuff
out.
Anyway, so Universal and Cinemark are going to do something similar, so that instead of having to wait, I don't know how whether it was 3 months or whatever it was, but I think they're going to be down to 70 days after it's released. I believe. I think that's what it was. And then they still got to pay a franchise fee for that. But here it is, 31 days. Okay, so it says here that Universal Film has a new multi-year deal with the number 3 U.S. exhibitor, Cinemark, which owns Regal, for a 31-day theatrical release from those on Uni and Focus titles, opening with to north of 30 million of domestic box office. As you can imagine, that won't happen for a while. And 17 days on all titles under that amount. So, I mean, that way they can stay in business, because right now they don't know how they're going to make ends meet. That's the big problem, because all those movie companies are going to be closed up now again, as we're going to talk about in a little while. So, yeah, this COVID stuff is never ending, it seems. So, I just hope that I hope that what I talk about in a while happens, which I'll be working to get to that point as we are moving right along. Then we got Bret Hart. Bret Hart had a stroke recently. I don't know if you know that or not.
Aww.
But McMahon and him are on better terms.
Well, that's good.
It really meant a lot to me, Bret Hart reveals emotional conversation with Vince McMahon in the hospital. Bret Hart, obviously had that problem with the screw job in Montreal. And then his brother died, not long after that. So there weren't the Rocky relationship has been a long time, has happened over a long time. But he said that when he was when he was in the hospital, he received a phone call from, of all people, Vince McMahon. And it seems that they have mended the fences. It says in episode 30 of Confessions of the Hitman, Bret Hart has revealed how Vince McMahon reached out to him at the low point of his life. This was the moment that Hart saw his former boss in a new light. Vince McMahon called me in the hospital, and I remember I was stunned. I wonder if he's stone cold stunned. I was stunned that he called me in the hospital. Maybe it was day 3 of my stroke, and I was in pretty rough shape. I could hardly talk. I couldn't sit up or anything. I was pretty frail, and when you have a stroke, you're pretty messed up. I can attest to that. But he gave me a very heartfelt pep talk. You're a fighter. You're going to beat this. You're going to show everyone you're going to get through this. Hart said it really meant a lot to me. So, we had Bret Hart on the show, and I've got to tell you that was one of my favorite interviews of all time. Especially when he said he would give us 15 minutes, and we got like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I loved it.
It was awesome. So I really appreciate him, and I really
the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
I mean, there's a point that you got to let it go. You got to let everything go. That all the grudges that you had, and look towards the next chapter of your life. And the next chapter of his life is probably not going to include wrestling because, I know
he made his name in wrestling.
But I know what it's like to have a stroke, and I can tell you, there is no easiness about a stroke. And it's one of the things that made me hang up my gear too, because, man, I'm telling you, it puts a fear into you that you can't really think about, because, when I said, well, how likely is this going to happen? They said, I don't know. I said, well, I mean, is this something that I could have next week? And they said, well, it could happen next week, it could happen next year, it could never happen again. I said, well, so you're telling me I can't count on anything? They said, pretty much.
And that's the way life is for everything.
Yeah, but for the next couple months, I will tell you, I was down as low as I could be, thinking, well, I'm going to die. Why am I fighting to live? Because I'm going to die. And after about 3 months, I decided that, okay, if I'm going to die, I'm going out fighting. So I decided I was going to do everything I did before, and I'm going to turn it up a notch. And I started doing more than I did before. And it turned out, so far, I haven't had a stroke, and that was 2012. And here we are 8 years later, and I didn't have a stroke. And it could have been...
Maybe that was your wake-up call.
Well, one thing that since they couldn't track down, they said there was blood on the back of my brain. I think it was from a couple bad bumps. And one of them in particular, I took in New Jersey. I took a bump that I was catching a guy coming out of the ring, and when I landed on the chair.
Oh.
And it knocked me for a loop. Oh, it really knocked me for a loop. I was working with Tom Brandy.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Sal Sincere.
Oh.
Sal Sincere.
Oh, Pinky.
I was his manager, and we caught somebody coming out of the ring, and I just happened.
It happens.
It just.
And they say it's fake, right?
And that was at a Big Slam show.
Oh. Yeah, see, when they say it's fake, you know it isn't. It happens.
When people ask me if it's fake, I'm saying, hey, my injuries weren't fake.
Yeah, that's it.
Except
the cast.
Except the time I got blinded by science. Anyway.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was that was a really good time. One thing I will say is I really appreciated the promoters that let me do my own angles, so we gave them something to remember. Mm-hmm. Everywhere we went.
Yep. And even when we were afraid for our lives.
Yeah. I've told that story to my mom a couple times because every time I see her, she doesn't remember it, so I tell her it again.
Well, I've told that story too.
Here's one you gave me, but I already had it. Sinbad. I didn't know if you remembered him or not, so I guessed that you... I didn't. I had already had this on my list. Suffered a stroke, speaking of strokes. And boy, oh boy, I hope he gets better, because I always liked his stuff. And I think he seems to be a pretty good guy overall from what we can tell. But yeah, I hope he does okay. You know who he reminds me of in the wrestling world, though?
Who?
Do you remember The Godfather?
Yes.
That's who he reminds me of. Every time I see him, I think of The Godfather. But he's 64.
Wow.
And, you know, I had my stroke when I was 51. So that's why I thought, man, the family legacy continues, that barely over 50, and I thought that was it. That's time to sign it off. Signing off for the last time. Mike Trash, done at 51. But, fortunately, I'm not going to brag about it because it could happen any time. But I got to tell you, though, after this last scare of death, I have to say that I had a talk with my higher power when this happened, and I also had it in January when I was really sick and I thought I was going to die. But I'm okay.
Good.
If I'm taken now. You know, I've accomplished a lot of stuff in my short time. And if I die now, okay. I guess I can go. I'm not going to go fighting. I'm just going to... I'm going to fight to stay as alive as I can, but I'm not going to feel sad that I haven't done anything. I feel like I've done a lot of stuff.
Now, wait a minute. Did you get your will updated?
I haven't done that yet.
See, you can't go until that's done.
You know, my finance guys are on me every month. Did you start your will yet? Did you start your will yet? And I'm like...
Just do it. You have all this free time. You don't work.
I don't know what to do with it. I
thought you had it all figured out.
Well, I'm going to give it all to Buddy.
Well, yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah, so,
But he'll need somebody to control his investments, so that's where Bowski comes in.
Well, I think we'll keep Morgan and Stanley, because they know how to keep investments going.
Okay,
They said to me that that's not unusual, by the way. That people do give all their money to their dogs. You know?
I believe it.
And I thought, wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Bowski is still the executor of the estate, but I still haven't put that in writing.
Well, then what are you waiting on?
Probably should, but...
you keep saying it, so just do it.
Yeah, I should. I don't know. Anyway.
See, if you do it and get it done and over with, then they won't be on you anymore.
Well, I'm going to have to figure out why I'm not getting my checks, because I ordered new checks because they changed my account number at the bank.
Oh, boy.
So now all my stuff is wrong, but fortunately it only affects Morgan and Stanley, and, well, I got the one fixed. The one was PayPal, because that's what I was linked to.
Right.
But everything else, I usually have my bank pay everything, so I have to fix it for them. But they screwed it up, because they're making me change my account number. But it's amazing. I ordered checks twice, and I still haven't gotten them. So I'm going to have to call them and figure out what's going on and figure out another way we can do this. I do need checks because I have no checks I can use. But I need to
you didn't write any out anyway.
I never write checks. But I needed one for the Morgan and Stanley thing. A blank voided check. Okay, this is kind of a cool thing. Before I hit the okay on this, I'm going to explain to you what this is. It's a painting from the 1860s that depicts a time traveler using an iPhone.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if I believe this is real or not, but it's pretty cool. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Now, do you see this girl here? She apparently has an iPhone. Now, that's pretty good considering you didn't get your iPhone till a couple years ago, and she had it in the 1860s.
Is it a phone that looks like an eye? I can't see. It's too
Here
far
it is.
away. Oh, wow. She looks like Holly Hobbie.
Now, I think somebody actually doctored this up.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. It's still cool. I wonder what the comments are. Let's look at the comments, see what they say. Comments say she's holding a prayer book, and people don't believe in progress.
Okay.
Why couldn't I get good reception in the forest in the 19th century?
Jeez.
Maybe it is an iPhone, and she got a Bible app.
No, that's true. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Or maybe this is a new version of Jeff Dunham's new character. You know, the.
I like this thing. Charging would be tough back then before electricity.
Horsepower.
Looks like one of those paintings that the toast is used to feature woman accosted by stalker. I don't know what that means. Let's see here. And don't forget, they only had USB 1.0 back then. So you couldn't even pull power from
Amy
your
says
devices.
it's totally Photoshop.
I know it is.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But it could be. I mean, think about it. If it were real, if you could do that.
If she's playing Flappy Bird, but we know she's a time traveler from the past.
She might be playing Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. I don't know. Is that a current game yet?
Yeah.
I know that it used to be.
It was, yeah.
The reflected light on her face really pulls that together.
Maybe now it's Fortnite.
That could be. Were it a cell phone, then the presumptive suitor would have been summarily dispatched, swiped via Tinder, OkCupid, Bumble, Happening, Smush, Blat, Snog, Zagoo. I hope those are all dating apps.
It sounds like you're sneezing, so God bless you.
Too early. None of that techie stuff took off till later. Let's see here. Until the time traveler brought a cell tower with her, she better go to church and pray for 4 bars. That's a good one. It says here, the receivers are thoroughly grounded, but beware lightning strikes. Although I recall a circa 1770 fad of wearing grounded lightning rods in their headgear. What a way to spark conversations. iPhone 12 Pshaw. That's an iPhone $499. So that just was kind of funny. I found it very entertaining. That and I know when I post this, somebody's going to be a smart aleck and say, "What are you, crazy?" But, I know that she's.
Well, you have to listen to the show to find out. You know, that there's the whole story, not just bits and pieces.
But there's always people out there. They're going to tear it apart and not realize that it's a joke. I think it's funny. So let's see here. We'll put this up here. Hey, Kevin Owens. I'd like to talk to Kevin Owens. Actually, there's somebody I befriended today that I would love to talk to.
Who?
Do you remember? I don't know that you do because you didn't really watch all the wrestling shows of the other areas. But there was somebody who was big in Jerry Lawler's area.
Okay.
Bill Dundee.
I've heard the name.
Well, Jerry Lawler would be this tall. Bill Dundee would be this tall.
Okay.
He was a really short guy. He was a tough guy. And he was always in. Dundee's angle or Lawler's angles.
Okay.
I found his Facebook and I requested a friendship.
Nice.
It would be awesome to talk to him because he's somebody that I wouldn't mind talking to because.
But I think I've heard his name, and that's why the name sounds familiar through some of the other interviews that we've done.
Probably. I'm sure that he was, because he was in the Mid-South and all the time with.
So I don't know him, but I have heard of him.
Well, he'd be an interesting talk, so I would like to talk to him, and I would break my my rule of not interviewing people to bring him on. There's a couple people that would be in that. Oh, by the way, I befriended New Jack again. Well, he defriended me once because I was giving all my press releases out and he was on them and he just unfriended me. But he refriended me, so.
Now the phone calls will start again.
I know. But it's kind of interesting. I was looking at his timeline, and he, of course, was friends with
Brim?
No, who died? Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slam.
No. The other one, the one just died last week or 2 weeks ago. Smothers.
Oh, Tracy.
Smothers.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He was in ECW with him.
You're right.
So, all right, here you go. This is for you. Who will be the next Jeopardy host?
Nobody knows, but I know LeVar Burton's in the running.
Who else is in the running?
Tom Bergeron.
Who's that?
He was the original host of Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, okay. Who else? I got a guess too. I already know who I guess, but
yeah, I know it was Tom Bergeron. It was LeVar Burton's in the running. I think Pat Sajak's in the running.
I think he is too.
But it's going to be hard to replace Alex Trebek because whenever you think of Jeopardy, you think of Alex Trebek.
And somebody else. Who was that guy that won all of those?
Ken Jennings.
He's in the running too.
Yep.
He's actually, if you don't know this already, Ken Jennings is now a producer.
Yes. And he would be honestly, he would be the most logical replacement.
Who I would like to see in that.
Because he could say he went from a contestant.
Who would you pick? That's who I would pick.
Honestly, I think I would go with Ken Jennings too.
I think it would
but
be cool.
I could see Tom Bergeron doing it. I could see LeVar Burton doing it. I don't know who
Tom Bergeron is.
He was the announcer on Dancing with the Stars.
I never watched that show.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't.
So I would take him over him. But I think he would
but
be
you know who LeVar Burton is, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
LeVar would be cool. But I really think he deserves it because he won. He deserves it. He's the greatest of all time.
It would. Yeah, he's a GOAT. But it would complete the circle of life, so to speak.
Speaking of GOATs, so greatest of all time is GOAT.
Yes.
Now, you know Natalia Hart, right? We had her on the show many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She has a new name for a new title for her name.
Okay.
She is a boat.
Best of all times.
Yeah. What a cool name. I thought that was awesome. She comes out and she says she's a boat. And I thought, oh, that's cool.
Just like a MILF.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's kind of cool. So, it's kind of cool. Anyway.
Yeah, I think Ken Jennings would be the most logical because it would, complete the circle.
Yes. Yeah, I think so, too. I think he would definitely pass the torch to him because he did he win the most money ever or whatever?
Yes. He was a boat.
He was a boat. So, no, he's a GOAT. There's only one boat. Anyway.
Yeah, because
I thought you would like that. I thought that story I brought on for you only.
Yeah, because I know when they had that tournament, it was him, and it was the professional poker player, James Holzhauer, and then there was another guy that I.
Do you actually watch that show?
Yes.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, once in a while.
Okay.
I love it when they have clues that I actually know the answer to.
I feel stupid when I watch that show, so I
yeah, but it is educational. But then
yeah, but I don't want to feel stupid
when they have answers or clues that have to do with the local area. Then I really go crazy.
By the way, happy birthday to Rob Noxious.
Yes, I posted on his wall.
And happy birthday last week to Nate.
Yes.
Or I'm sorry,
Jane Money.
Or N Money. I don't know. Anyway,
I bet you there's a party going on down in my neighborhood.
Probably. I have another one I did for you. Tired of streaming price hikes? You're paying a lot for your cable.
Yeah.
Well, this one's for you. Because actually the reason for it is the reason I think that you would be interested in this is that Hulu just, now I know you get Hulu through Sprint, but they just increased their stuff by $10. And YouTube also just raised their price to $65.
Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do tomorrow is go over this with me.
Okay, well, this is so Sling. Here we are talking about Sling again because every time we talk about this, Sling's name comes up. They have $30 a month, or you get both blue and red, or orange and blue for $45 a month, which gives you over 50 channels and 10 hours of DVR. VidGo, I never heard of VidGo. They're starting at $40 a month, and they have over 60 channels. Philo, which I've heard of because I have their app, and I looked at their app and I was trying to figure out it. But they have 60 channels for $20 a month. That's not a bad deal. Then, I never heard of this one either. TVision is $40 a month. They're T-Mobile. Now, this is why I wanted to tell you. T-Mobile has
Sprint.
They have a new streaming service launched earlier this month for T-Mobile customers and since opened up for Sprint customers. The basic is 34 channels a month. Or 34 channels, not a month. 34 channels, including some locals and news and entertainment. They have live packages starting at $40 a month with the option to upgrade to more channels like the Big Ten Network and blah, blah, blah. NFL Red Zone and all that stuff if you needed it. And in a DVR service with 100 hours of DVR storage. Now, I don't know what you would get through being a Sprint customer, but it might be worth checking out. This is why I thought of you, because you're already a Sprint person, so you may get a better deal than that $30 or $40 a month.
Yeah, well, make sure you save this one, because I'll ask you to sit down with me and we can figure out...
I mean, that's... I really think your Hulu stuff is awesome just in itself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think that... but it would be really cool... That looks like you hidden in there.
No, that's Kylie.
It looks... No, not the top, the bottom.
No, that's her dad.
It looks like you, though.
Really?
Well, from the hair... You know, with the hair, you can't really tell.
Yeah, that's true.
Because her hair looks big, like when you had longer hair. And it kind of looks like you from an angle. So.
Well, she kind of is part of me.
Well, there you go. Anyway, also, locals, there's a thing out there which we don't get in this area. It's called locast.org. And if your area is covered, you can get a Locast for free. And it has local channels, but our area is not covered, so unfortunately we don't get this. But if you go to locast.org, you can see if your area is covered, and it's free for your area.
Nice.
If you're not in that area, you can't get it. I thought I'd try to see if I signed up for Philadelphia, if I could do it, using somebody else's address, like I don't know, maybe Mitch or somebody. Anyway, it says with YouTube and Hulu both priced at $65 a month, check out Sling Blue and Sling Orange packages, which start at $30 a month. And anyway, I thought you would like this because it's a pretty good deal.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, like I said, I'll ask you to sit down with me and we can figure out what I have and what's better. And if it's worth it, I will switch. Because paying $125 a month is crazy.
That's what I told you about since you got internet now.
Now that I have a better TV, too.
And, it's worth checking out because that's something that you could definitely do better than you're paying right now.
What,
so,
puppy? Yes, I love the puppy dog.
I posted that.
Yes, I do love the puppy dog.
Yes, I did do it. Okay, I'm going to send this to you. Whoop.
Good puppy.
I'm going to send this over to you so you have it.
Yes.
And boom.
Thank you.
All right. So that's. But I think it's something that I may reevaluate my own stuff too. Pluto TV is adding 6 new channels for classic TV people.
Like Life on Pluto.
If you haven't seen the Pluto app, you can put that on your phone and you get to watch television on your phone. It's a pretty good app. I mean, they have a lot of channels. So. But in any case, I thought that was worth putting in here because that's our entertainment division here.
You said it's Pluto?
Pluto.
Like the dog?
Pluto. Yeah, look up the app for Pluto. And it's free. So, now, how should I do this? I got to make sure I do... Yeah, that's the one. I don't want to do all the COVID stuff because there's so many COVID stories this week.
Yeah.
But I do want to do some of the COVID stuff. And I want to try not to push too many COVIDs, but this one was from last week that I didn't get to, but it's interesting because...
The problem is there's too many contradicting...
This is not controversial here at all. This woman in her 30s died of COVID on an airplane. She should have... See, this is the thing. People don't have any... Don't care about other people. This woman had to know she was sick when she got on the plane. And... the fact that she got on this plane with COVID and died of COVID on this plane shows that she doesn't care about anyone else but herself.
And that's the way most people are nowadays.
And it's such a shame because, man, I would be pissed off if I got on a plane and someone died on that plane and they were sitting next to me. You can't sue them because, they're dead. Ugh. But people like that don't care about others, and it's people like that that are spreading this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't understand how people can well, in this case, live with themselves. She didn't have to live with herself because she died. But I just think it's ridiculous that we have to deal with people like this that, obviously knew she had something wrong with her and still went on a plane.
But a lot of people that have it don't think they have it and don't want to get tested, and then when they find out they do...
And this is another reason why you should wear your mask. Because she obviously had it and didn't care about anyone else. So...
Well, that's like my boss was saying that her husband, somebody that works with him, and they're just a small company, he had it. And this person would not go get tested. They could... they kept coming in and being sick and all that. And the job finally told him, look, you have to go get tested or we're going to fire you. And he went and got tested and it was positive, so everybody had to quarantine and just made it very difficult.
Well, according to this story here, CDC said 11,000 people may have been exposed to COVID on the planes. Why? Why are there that many people that are out there going on planes when they're obviously positive?
But if they don't know it...
Well, that one woman had to know she was sick. And she should have never, ever, ever gone on a plane when she knows she's sick. Because obviously it didn't do her any good. There's no hospitals on the plane. So that's why I would love to go to Vegas again, but I'm not going to go until...
Right. No, I don't...
Yeah. So I do want to go back to Vegas. I miss the Vegas atmosphere and all that. I would love to play blackjack in Vegas again. Last time I got $800 when I played. And I paid for all the flights.
Nice.
I was $800 to the positive when it was all said and done. And that's a pretty good day for me.
You just have to take me with you.
Yeah. Well, last time I went, I got to go to... the Grand Canyon.
Oh, nice.
And I went to Hoover Dam, and I went to Red Rock Canyon.
Now, why did I sign in here?
Why'd you sign in there?
I don't remember. Oh.
Oh, do you have an account on Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I know why I signed in there.
Okay. And according to where is it? Here it is. Stop swiping down your groceries. And focus on bigger risks, say the coronavirus, say experts on the coronavirus. So the people that are wiping down their groceries, they don't really have to do that. Just kind of weird. But I mean, I guess you want to be safe rather than sorry, but the people are saying you don't need to do that. So, anyway, let's see here.
I know what I was looking for.
What are you looking for?
I wanted to see my Dish TV bill. I was looking at something.
Well, didn't you say you were paying like $125? $25? Okay. Okay, so we did that. Trying to make sure I can do the right ones here. Ah, here it is. This is interesting. This is the little bright light that we're seeing coming our way.
Okay.
Pfizer, BioNTech, vaccinator creator, says life can return to normal by next winter.
Yeah, what's normal?
Well, I mean, that's normal without masks. Because they have a vaccination. Now, they say their vaccination is 90% effective. So if you're one of the 10%, you're just gonna get the flu. You're gonna get the virus.
Okay.
But they apparently feel pretty confident that this is going to be wrapping it up for us, or helping to wrap it up. Says here, one of the scientists behind Pfizer BioNTech's promising COVID-19 vaccination candidate says that the potential cure could return the world to normal by next winter. The problem is, if any country makes it back to normal, it only takes one country to throw the whole thing off again.
That's true.
But it depends how much this does, because this this virus is mutating in other viruses, and it becomes a problem where they may, the other virus may not be taken care of by this vaccine. So I'm hopeful that this will be real and that this will actually, be taking care of this virus problem. Let's see here. It says here, I got the Pfizer vaccine, or maybe not, but here's what I've learned. And this is an article I couldn't copy to put on the screen because I couldn't, I had to subscribe to the...
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see me subscribing it, but anyway, this guy volunteered for the vaccine. He was nervous, not much about the vaccine, but he'd done his research. How could they learn? How could they respond to learning I was going to be? How could they respond to learning I was going to be a guinea pig? If they balked, I had my rationales only. Anyway, it says here the reason for the boost. Now, the way it works is you get your initial shot, and then a couple weeks later you get a booster shot.
Okay.
So this guy doesn't know if he got the real thing or not, but according to Dr. Fauci, this is really the real thing. This is something that could actually save our lives. So
it would be nice. I mean, I think, but then how many people, for the ones that haven't gotten the flu shots, they may not get this, and it's just hard.
I totally agree with you, and I would love to see this all work out. But according to the 10% would still get the virus. So 90% wouldn't get the virus.
Oh.
So if the worst case scenario is you would get the virus. So, I mean, for better or for worse, you just got to deal with it, I guess. But it's 90% is better than, most vaccines when they come out are 30% effective.
Right.
So to be 90% effective, that's pretty good. So I would tell you that I would probably consider getting it if I had a chance.
Oh, I know I would.
Because I want to go back to life as we used to know it. So then this is the potential unpleasant side effects. So Pfizer's the company that did this. Now there's another company that I'll be talking about in a few seconds, but Pfizer is the one that is 90% effective. So, okay, I'm good with 90. I guess I would take my chances with 90. But it says here, first off, the vaccine is supposed to be out at the end of this month, which is coming up.
Okay.
It says here that the vaccine, unlike most others, requires 2 doses to work. Injections must be given weeks apart. Company protocols at least show that. So scientists anticipate the shots will cause enervating flu-like side effects, like sore arms, muscles, and fever. And that could last for days and temporarily sideline some people from work or school. And even if the vaccine proves 90% effective, the rate of Pfizer touted for its product, 1 in 10 recipients would still be vulnerable. That means at least in the short term, the population immunity, people can't stop social distancing or throw away their masks, at least in the short term. So, you need to be ready. You can't look for your community. You need to be ready. And I think he just wants his treats. Don't you? You're looking at like you should have your treats. Guaranteed, right?
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Oh, yeah. Why would you be the hero?
Because they're sitting on the other side of you, and
That's
I'm
right.
closer to him.
That's right. So if he kills somebody, it's going to be you.
Oh, he loves me. Don't you, puppy?
Here he comes. There you go, Pop. This is 90% effective with him barking. All right. Anyway, so you still have to worry about getting it, but it says here, Pfizer and its partner, the German firm BioNTech, on November 9th said their vaccine appears to protect 9 in 10 people from getting COVID. Although they didn't release the underlying data, it's our first of 4 COVID vaccines in a large-scale efficiency test in the U.S. to post results. The second one is one that Dolly Parton has put money into.
Right.
She put like $1 million in the one. And that one is... where's it at? Here it is. Early data says that Moderna is 94.5% effective. This is the one Dolly Parton invested money in. It's the second company to report preliminary results from a large trial testing a vaccine. There are still months to go before it'll be available. So we're talking about spring for this one.
Okay.
So I might just wait to see what happens on the first one. According to the information I read, CVS is going to have 80,000 vials of this stuff by the end of December for each
And
location.
I can see it going just like that because...
Oh, yeah. 80,000 for each location. So, you know...
Hey, you're back already.
I mean, I at least see that it's... At least we're going in the right direction. And because there's so many people that won't actually... You want something, dog? I just gave you that. You know you didn't eat that yet. Which one did you want? This dog is such a pest. You're lucky I like you.
Everybody loves Buddy, huh? Yeah. He's on the other side of you. Oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah, you can
Hey,
have that.
look.
It's hide and seek time. The dog goes after all his treats. Anyway, so, I mean, 85% or 95%, that's pretty good too. So I would take the 95%, but the problem is we don't know what side effects are involved in this.
Yeah.
And we're not going to know till it's too late. I mean...
And it's like any other vaccine, you may have an allergic reaction
Right.
to it and not know it until it's...
Or
you know,
it may not do anything for you and
that
you get
could
COVID.
be, yeah.
I mean, that's the sad part about it, but at least it's something to hold on to. There is something, some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. Now, according to the records, 166,000 new cases every day.
Wow.
That's an amazing amount. It's no wonder that we're wanting to lock people down now, because all those cases are just unbelievable. The Philly mayor put into effect all these new rules, and so my shoot may be involved in this. But the Philly mayor has decided that they're going to put in these restrictions, which are no indoor events, no visits between households. I don't know. This is starting November 20th. No parties, no watching sporting events as a group.
Yeah.
No
so, I mean, just by what you're saying there, your shoot sounds like it's going to be canceled.
Yeah, that's what I think. And in fact, I sent him an email today, and sent him to everybody, saying, "Let me know what's going on."
Yeah.
Because I mean, I am up for it because it's only like 9 people.
Right.
Anyway, no watching sporting events as a group, no indoor weddings, no funerals, or no baby showers.
And, I mean, I could see if people are careful, but some people aren't careful. They think they're being careful, but they're not.
Right.
Like before I came here today, I stopped to see a coworker of mine who's been out because she had surgery 2 weeks ago. And she was afraid about me stopping in to see her. And when we talked yesterday, she says, "I'm going to ask." And I said, okay. I mean, she knows where I go, which is pretty much to work, to home, to here, to work, to home, to here. You know, I don't really go anywhere else.
Right. Same here. I don't go. I go to the grocery store once every 3 weeks.
She's like, okay. You know, she says, everything's fine if you want to stop by. And when I went in, we still stayed a distance apart, but This was in her apartment, so...
Yeah. Well, outdoor events, it says 10% capacity or 10 people per 1,000 feet. Maximum people, 2,000. No food to be served to discourage people from taking off their masks.
That's the hard part of getting used to that. That's been the biggest adjustment for me.
Well, this one's one of the worst ones. Restaurants, no indoor dining.
Wow.
Everyone at restaurant must eat outdoors.
And with winter coming, look out.
You're going to kill all the restaurants. They're done. Outdoor dining should be household groups only. And then shopping, limit 5 people per 1,000 feet.
Wow.
Work. Everyone must work from home unless it's absolutely necessary to be on site.
Well, that's kind of what we were told today.
Yeah. I mean, it's really scary that this is what our world has become.
Mm-hmm.
Because what are we going to do if this stuff doesn't work? The Philly thing really scares me because this is what our norm is right now.
Yes.
This is what we're stuck with right now, and we got to conform if we want this to go away. Shopping. Oh, I said that. Work. Education. Childcare, elementary and middle school are allowed. High school and colleges are online only.
What?
Closed.
I
Get
love
ready
you,
for this
puppy.
one. Closed. Gyms, museums, libraries, theaters.
Think about all those gym memberships. Oh, my goodness.
Youth, community, and school sports prohibited.
Wow.
Organizers are not allowed to move games and practices to surrounding counties with fewer restrictions.
See, I would think being outside where you could spread out would be better.
Hair salons and barbers may continue to operate, which I really was surprised on that one.
Yeah.
Now, that's just Philadelphia. Now, there's a state mandate that just got imposed today. So, the state mandate...
let's see what the governor says.
Where's that? Where is it? Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Also, we're talking about Philly. Here's New Jersey. New Jersey says...
I know,
yes.
puppy.
Ooh. Oh. All right. Come on. It's not coming up. Well, anyway. Oh, here we go. New Jersey.
Hey, I'll bet you they'll let us pump our own gas in New Jersey now.
Maybe. Let's see here. Where did they... Let's see. I'm trying to see what... Okay. It says here, state... this was November 16th, which was 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
No, yesterday. It says here, New Jersey... Shut up. New Jersey said that maximum of 10 people would be allowed to gather indoors in New Jersey, down from 25.
Wow.
While the limit for outdoor gatherings would drop from 500 to 150.
Wow.
It's gotten worse, and it's going to get worse. A total of infections, it says here, after hitting 10, it actually hit 11 million. Let's see here. Then we talk about Midwestern state. It says St. Louis. If this continues, we're going to need more staff, more help. It says 40 states have reported increases. Now I heard it's 50.
Wow.
While 20 have seen record highs in deaths. 26 reported hospitalizations, according to Reuters, whatever. The latest 7-day average shows in the United States reporting more than 144 cases daily and 1,220 deaths daily. The highest for any country in the world. Yes, go number one. What? What?
Brim.
Ah. Well.
Wow.
See, that's what happens when you go out there and you do things. I've been staying in and staying out of trouble.
Wow.
I have not really left here for much of anything. I did leave yesterday because I went out to eat with somebody who I was helping celebrate their birthday, and I have been staying pretty much home all the time. She banned public events at concert halls, casinos, movie theaters, skating rinks, and other venues. In-home gatherings will be limited to 10 people and no more than 2 households in a household. And it says here, I'm looking here to see. Okay, that's the end of that one. That's New Jersey and what did I say, St. Louis.
Yes.
So we also have this. These two states just suspended all indoor and outdoor restaurant dining at all. And of course, one is Pennsylvania, but these two were also included because Pennsylvania. Wait, was that? That was just Philadelphia, right?
Right.
New Mexico and Oregon both implementing statewide suspensions of on-premise dining this week. I mean, they're going to kill all the restaurants. I mean, really, the end result is that restaurants aren't going to survive, and nobody's going to survive. I mean, who's going to survive? Grocery stores are going to survive. I mean, all businesses are affected by this. So I just don't know. I keep thinking about it, and where's it going to end? So these drugs got to work, because we're going to have people killing each other because they're just not wanting to be stuck inside. So I don't know. I don't know how people are supposed to survive. That's why I'm glad I'm retired, because my money's already in the,
right.
I'm getting money, so I don't know. Then, let's see, that was those two states. Tom Wolf gave now Tom Wolf has been, I think, superseded over what he was going to talk about, because it says here. Okay, here we are. Before they said, okay. So, when I got these first, it said Tom Wolf says that following coronavirus mitigation efforts are more important than ever. And then it says here, we have no plans to go back to red, yellow, or green, according to Rachel Levine. Except that then she came out today with this. Come on, be a little faster here. She came out with this.
Yeah, nothing.
This is what she came out with. Nothing. Here we go. Pennsylvania requiring masks to be indoors and outdoors, implementing new testing requirements for travelers. Masks are required to be worn indoors and outdoors when away from home. When outdoors, a mask must be worn if you're not able to stay at least 6 feet away from someone not in your household the entire time you're outdoors. When indoors, masks will be required even if you're physically distant from members not in your household. This means you will have to wear a mask inside if people other than members of your household. So the order applies to every indoor facility, including homes, retail establishments, gyms, doctors' offices, public transportation, or anywhere food is prepared or served, packaged or served. The Department of Health and Education have issued recommendations for colleges, universities to implement a testing plan when students return to campus following the holidays. This includes routine testing and reporting protocols and posting data online about positive cases. Cases in universities should have adequate capacity for isolation and quarantine and should be prepared to enforce violations such as mask wearing and physical distancing. Colleges and universities should have adequate capacity for isolation and quarantine and should be prepared to enforce violations. Oh, that's what I just read. For every college and university should test all students at the beginning of each term when returning to campus after a break and have regular screening testing throughout a semester. Travelers must be tested within 72 hours or quarantined for 14 days after they're coming to Pennsylvania. People traveling across state lines for work or medical care will be exempt from the testing and quarantining. This takes effect Friday, November 20th.
Wow.
For the rest of the nation, Pennsylvania has seen coronavirus infections explode in recent weeks. The state is reporting more than 5,000 new infections per day, up more than 115% from 2 weeks ago. 115% from 2 weeks ago. The percentage of tests coming back positive are up sharply. Deaths are on the rise as well. Governors and mayors around the country have been tightening restrictions in response and I've read them to you. So this is just the beginning.
It was supposed to be getting better, but it seems like it's definitely getting worse.
And the reason is because of the people that are stubborn about wanting to actually, they got to party. They got to have their parties because they think that's all fake and it's not real. And I'll tell you what, let them, because if they end up dying, that's on them. And I'm planning on staying as safe as possible. But the thing is, there's a lot of people that have to go out and have to actually leave their house.
Yes.
More than me. But the thing is, this is really effing up my acting career, because every time I try to get started, I got to put it on the back burner. Now I got to put it on the back burner again. And I started, applying for things again. And, of course, 9-9 only had 2 listings this week so far. 2. And I don't qualify for either of them. I'm glad I joined at Backstage. Backstage has been offering me all kinds of stuff that I don't qualify for, but at least they offer it to me. The one that was actually kind of cool, it's for Alexa stuff that they want people that use their devices. And I am a perfect friend for that, because I use it for everything. I use it to call people. I use it as an intercom. I use it as turning on and off appliances.
Right.
I use it the way it's supposed to be used in every possible way. I use it for Sirius Satellite.
How would you use it as an intercom?
Alexa, drop in.
Do you want to drop in on dot bathroom, living room echo, piano room dot, or all devices?
All devices.
Group drop in and other enhanced features in the future will use the Amazon cloud to mix audio, video, and other media, and to improve call quality. Should I enable enhanced features now?
Yes.
Okay. Connecting to 3 available devices.
Oh, that's cool.
Lisa? Are you there? Lisa? Lisa?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Hi. Lisa? Oh, she's watching Nuts TV. She was sleeping. Drop in off. Anyway, you could use it as an intercom and talk back. I did that to you one time, didn't I?
No.
I thought I did.
No.
Drop in off. Alexa.
Here are a couple answers.
She doesn't want to listen.
Alexa, drop in off. But anyway, you can talk to, like I have 6 different Alexa devices, and they're in different rooms, and I can target one room, or I can target all the rooms.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can do it. You can also play music in all the rooms at the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
And these are different things.
But they'd be all the same.
Well, yeah, you can do it separately too.
Yeah, okay.
If you're in if different people are in different rooms, you can have them do it. But anyway, the one thing that I just applied for was people that use Alexa regularly and use the different features of Alexa. I use all kinds of features for Alexa. I even call people using my Alexa. Like I could say, call Trish Strong, and it would call your phone
right
without me dialing.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's kind of cool because if I don't know where my phone is, I just call. I used to call my mom that way. I would say, call mom, and it would just call my mom. So it's kind of cool. And but anyway, that's that may be one that I can do via over the internet, but it just sucks because every time I get started, she stops me from COVID stops, not Alexa.
Right.
So anyway, that's all I'm going to do in COVID today because I figured that's a lot of COVID, and just kind of wanted to go over the stuff that's stupid that people are people, if you just did what you were supposed to do, we would have been done with it. Well, unfortunately, we wouldn't have, because other countries would have still had it, and they would have started infecting us again, because we're hated by every country out there. So, anyway, that's well, I'll do one more here. 13-year-old is the youngest COVID-19 vaccine tester ever. So, I don't know, maybe it's because there aren't a lot of COVID-19 testers anyway, but, just is crazy, because, like, Spain and Italy have put on these tough lockdown things. I guess I can delete that now, because I just said it. Then you look at, I believe Germany's another one that is doing that too. Let's see here. Here it says El Paso, Texas declares curfew due to the spike in coronavirus, and all their ICUs are at 100% capacity. It's just tons of stuff that's just crazy. But where's it going to end? It's got to end soon, because our civilization as we know it is really not civilized right now. We're all stuck, and it's all because there's stubborn people that think it's some kind of political thing. And now that the Democrats are going to be in power, let's see how they handle it, because that's one thing I'll tell you about Trump that I don't like, is that, and I feel bad that he got blamed for this COVID, because he didn't start the COVID thing. But, I think he was doing a good job until the COVID thing, and then he kind of dropped the ball and screwed it up. And that's probably the reason he isn't going to be president now. But, that and the fact that a lot of people hated him. But that's such a small thing. All right, now back to the fun stuff. Get out of this crazy stuff. All right, we'll move on to that. We don't really need that. I did that last week. I should have just taken that off the list. And we'll save that for Christmas.
I don't even want to think of that.
I know. It's like so weird to think that, the holidays are up upon us. Next week is Thanksgiving. Geez, what happened? The first part of the year went slow, and then all of a sudden it just boosted.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me what I was doing for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I'll stay home.
Yeah, I just don't even know. I just don't know. Anyway, okay, so now the Boy Scouts of America have a lawsuit going. Right?
Yes.
All right, well, the Boy Scouts of America, this lawsuit is crazy. But that's not what I'm going to talk about.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Boy Scouts of America that are doing their food drive. Oh, this looks like a Star Wars thing. Anyway, here we go.
Scouting for Food Drive held each year looked a little bit different due to the pandemic, but it was just as successful as in years past. New Hampshire
Look at all
Boy
that food.
Scouts estimates they collected
Makes me
some
hungry.
230,000 food items that will benefit at least 48,000 families.
That's
Organizers
great.
say the pandemic created unique challenges for everyone, and it is more important than ever the Scouts live up to the slogan and do a good turn daily for our friends, neighbors, and communities in need.
I'll tell you, that to me is awesome, that despite what's going on, they're able to actually do something like that. And, I'll take good news like that all day long. So, I don't know.
Hey everybody, I'm Rick Beato.
Hi, Rick.
I'm going to count down.
Bye, Rick.
Okay, now I want to post the links, because I can't do that yet, because I gotta go 2, 1, 2, 1. Skip the ad. Boom. Now we'll do that there. Oh, there we go. It's down there. I forgot. But yeah, it's good to see that people are still trying to do their part to make this a better world, and not just not wear their masks. I just get so tired of hearing that argument. It's not real anyway. Yeah, it is. It's very real. There's lots of people dying. And, even my sister said it's not real. So
yeah, well, we know differently because we see how many people we know have been tested positive for it.
Well, I mean, it'd be better if we didn't find that there was so much lying about this.
Right.
But we need to worry about the truth, and the truth is that there's a lot of people that have been affected by this negatively. So I don't know. Anyway, so the Boy Scouts are all doing their part. And this one's interesting because our Harrisburg mayor, Mayor Reed, was Harrisburg's mayor forever.
Yes.
Seemed like forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize.
Spend thousands at the hospital for your MRI.
Hey,
there
hey!
Diagnostic imaging provides
I don't want to hear
quality
it.
imaging.
All right. He was our mayor for a long time, but he just died this year in January 2020. And for all the good he did, investigators seized much of his museum-quality collection. Reed pleaded guilty to 20 charges of receiving stolen property.
Wow.
I would have never, ever guessed that. He was our first gay mayor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very out in the open and everything. And here there was all kinds of things going on. Here it is. Let me back this up a little bit here. Oh.
Longtime mayor died in January after a battle with cancer. For all the good he did, investigators seized much of his museum-quality collection.
He had real
and
cool
he
stuff.
pleaded guilty to 20 charges of receiving stolen property.
Such a
More than
shame.
600 objects from storage were auctioned off 2 weeks ago. This weekend's auction includes more than 1,000 items that were in his home.
Just unbelievable.
Most of the material, I would say, is from the western part of the country. A lot of it is Native American related, Old West rodeo related. We have ceramics, pottery.
The auction is all online. You can start bidding now. The 2-day live auction begins Saturday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's not.
You
It's
don't
not there.
have to spend thousands at the hospital for your MRI. There are alternatives.
There we go. The reason I know that it's not is it's all over because this was posted November 13th, and I
Yeah.
went to look to see what was for auction, and it was already gone.
Wow.
But it was just kind of cool. I mean, that the stuff that he had, but it was really a shame that a man that had paved so many ways for other people and fought for other people turned out to be corrupt. So I got bummed about that. I remember back in my college days, back when he was first being mayor,
Right.
one of my friends became one of his employees. One of the people I went to college with,
Mhm.
who was in political science, went to work for him, and that was really a cool thing. And then we find out all this, that he was corrupt and like everybody else. But there may be a story behind that. There may be more circumstances behind that, but I kind of doubt it with all the things that he had that he wasn't supposed to have. So, Walmart is in trouble after one of its pictures got online. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay. Well, now you will. Here, they had... Let me see here. They had this picture here, and this has... It was supposed to be Halloween stuff. No, what was it supposed to be? It was supposed to be... they hung clothing from the ceiling with neon green chains, while the Walmart location insisted it was just a failed marketing attempt to sell more clothes. Many felt the Arkansas-based store was trying to send another message about who is and who is not welcome to shop in their aisles. If you notice that they are black?
Wow.
Some people should be fired because I mean, that's
Some people overthink.
Well, yes, but people are going to overthink. So why
Yeah.
would you put?
Because if you try to do everything politically correct, and you think, okay, I've thought of every possible scenario,
Well,
there
a
can be
problem-
nothing wrong, and then somebody finds something they didn't think
But if
of.
they are black faces, there's a good chance that it's going to be taken the wrong way. And in this case, I think somebody should definitely be canned on that, because that was really bad. But hey, you know, I guess we're all human, something. Here's so if you're an anchor for a news story, and you're reporting the news, you're doing what you're supposed to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what happened to this guy. So he was reporting the news, and up on the screen, coming for the blacks, Indians first. Coming for the blacks and Indians first. Welcome to the New World Order.
Oh, geez.
And that came up on the screen.
Oh, brother.
That's a
wrestling
palm.
Face palm.
Face palm, yeah, that's what it is. And, of course, it was a Trump supporter rally. It was a MAGA rally. So, yeah, I just hate people that hate people. I mean,
yeah,
it's time we got enough to worry about. We don't need to be worrying about people coming for people, unless it's a porno. Then people can come for people all they want. But it was not a porno. At least I don't think so. But anyway, enough of that. Oh yeah, okay. So this is kind of entertaining. So, a McDonald's customer issues a formal complaint about an order. Yeah, well, so here's what happened. He ordered some spicy chicken nuggets.
Okay.
And he said, well, they're not spicy enough. Well, they're not spicy chicken nuggets. I know what spicy chicken nuggets are, and those are not spicy chicken nuggets. Or are they? Anyway, so it went out on TikTok. Well, the TikTok user, whose name is fitting, his name on TikTok is La Big Mac, claims that he sent a formal complaint after ordering spicy nuggets. His problem? They weren't spicy. According to La Big Mac, McDonald's received his complaint and went above and beyond the call of duty. Okay? The company emailed the TikTok user with a full apology note, complete with a few vouchers for free food. That's the way McDonald's works. They're smart. They want to make sure that if you're not happy,
right,
they want to compensate you.
And some people do it just to get a free meal.
So here's his TikTok thing. Here's the thing that he had for TikTok.
5, 6, 7, 8, dance with me, my backyard.
I guess I got to read this because it doesn't seem to be anything that's going on here. 6 weeks ago, I left a formal complaint about some spicy nuggets that weren't spicy, and he's opening an email, or he's opening a mail, and in it is a letter of apology and some coupons that we talked about. He showed him.
Right.
Okay. And so that's the end of that story. No, it's not the end of that story. So TikTok users were impressed and surprised by the situation. Some found it strange that the Big Mac would complain over something so arbitrary, while praised McDonald's for playing along. You're kidding, right? Well, one said, some people just don't have anything better to do. So another person said, you guys will find any reason to complain. Then it said, another one said, all the people in this thread understand that companies literally want you to give feedback. Another person says, he's giving feedback. Why are people complaining? Another person said that, let's see here. It's unclear if Le Big Mac's nuggets were somehow defective or if they were literally just less spicy than he wanted. Either way, he won't be able to use his coupons on that item. Use his coupons on the item that sparked his dilemma. And then just overall, people were just talking about that. It says, similar to the now famous Travis Scott meal, the chain's nuggets quickly sold out within weeks of their release at most locations. By late October, McDonald's announced that the item had been taken off its menu for good. Now, I got to say, I had some of the spicy nuggets, And I thought they were pretty darn spicy.
Like too spicy for me?
Probably. Yeah, they were actually spicy. So I don't know what he wanted, but they were pretty spicy when I had them.
That's because they probably put Tabasco sauce.
I don't know. I just know that they were spicy, and I had no complaints about them. But, you know, I don't complain about a whole lot. But that person just, you know, the thing is, he wanted to get something go viral, and he got something that went viral. So
that'll do it.
You know, you got to look at it from that perspective. All right, so, all right, and then we got. Oh, this is sad. Chicago boy was 12, was shot while picking up school supplies with his father.
Oh.
He didn't die, I don't believe. Yes, Chicago boy, 12-year-old, is lucky to be alive after he was shot multiple times in Chicago while shopping for school supplies. Now, I think that anybody that shops for school supplies should be shot if they shop for...
Especially...
Try to say that quick.
Shop for school supplies.
Should be shot.
Yeah. But see, if if kids are supposed to be homeschooled or, you know, learning remotely, I guess you still have to shop for school supplies.
Supplies. So, shop for school supplies, shot. Oh, I said it that time. Oh, there we go. Anyway.
Now say it again.
No. Lamar Davis was sitting in a parked car in the city's Lawndale area on Wednesday when a maroon SUV pulled up, rolled down the rear window, and someone opened fire with a .45 caliber handgun. Davis was struck in the back, leg,
so it was just a random,
and buttocks. And his father was not wounded. At this time, it appears the attack was random.
Wow.
So I just think it's sad that people have nothing better to do than to go out and shoot some kid.
Yeah. I mean, like they said, it's random. It could happen. It could have happened to anybody, but still, just the fact that they were shooting.
The fact that somebody actually is going out there and shooting someone randomly. It just sucks.
Well, maybe the kid wasn't wearing a mask. Who knows?
Oh, hey, that would be it. Yeah. He was getting too close. He was less than 6 feet. State suspends alcohol permit of Gastonia Bar after 6 were shot, including 2 off-duty cops.
Ugh.
I would say that's a good place to suspend the... But the thing is, the bar owners had nothing to do with it. But still, the cops were shot. And the other people were shot too. So 6 were shot plus 6. That includes the 2 off-duty cops.
Wow.
Yeah, this world's gone crazy.
Yep.
I just don't understand how this could be happening, but I don't know. Let's see if it said anything why. Investigators say the shooting began 11 p.m. Witnesses say chaos followed, with patrons scrambling to hide from the bullets. So it doesn't really say why. It was, they're all non-threatening. The shooting occurred after multiple fights broke out on the patio, and officers attempted to intervene. Several patrons returned to their vehicles, retrieved handguns, and fired into the crowd. Anytime you have guns and alcohol,
it's definitely not a good combination.
Yeah, there's 2 things I would not want to happen. Then this one's this one goes in the weird category, and I don't know how to respond to it. So we'll have those every once in a while. Well, you know, I'm very trans friendly.
Yes.
Okay, but this one I don't know how to react to it. Trans man fails in Supreme Court bid to be registered as child's mother.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Trans man? Wow.
Yeah, that blew my mind because I wasn't really sure how to react to that because
So he's a male, but he's also the mother.
Female to male.
Female to male, yep. So he gave birth as a female.
Yes.
Okay, then it has to be the judge says, look, if you're doing female to male and you want to identify as a male, then we can't say you're the mother.
transgender does not want to be recorded as the mother on his child's birth certificate, and he's failed in his bid. So the Supreme Court says
you have to
be the mother.
Wow.
Even though
he's a female to male.
He's a transgender.
Right, okay.
So Freddie was born as a woman, wants to be registered as the father or parent on the certificate. Or parent. He'll take parent on the certificate, and claimed that documenting him as the mother breached his human rights.
Okay, I can see it.
I guess.
See it that way, yes. I can see it.
I would say, how about let's just say parent.
Parent,
then
right.
we should cover everything. But he's a journalist and took the case to the highest court last year and then later to the Court of Appeals. But his claim was dismissed on both hearings, with judges ruling he must appear as the mother on the certificate. I guess maybe it's because the real father, or the father of record,
right?
Or I don't know.
The legal
what does
father.
it say? Does it say anything about that? Wait a minute. Says here, his legal challenge suffered defeat after he was denied permission to mount an appeal on the case. The refusal. Trying to see if the original father is in. I mean, if he gave birth to
wait a
the
minute.
child.
Having given birth, he was told by the General Register Office, which oversees the registration of births in England, that the law required him to be registered as the baby's mother.
Okay.
So, in that case, I can understand why, because of the law says that he gave birth, he should be the mother, but it's one of those where parent, because we're updating everything, like with gender neutral restrooms and what have you.
I don't understand why they just don't let him be the father.
Because England is old school.
Yeah, but are we talking about? Did this happen? This is in the highest court. Did this?
Yes.
Is this in England?
Yes, because it said right there where I was reading.
Did I go down far enough? Maybe it's
no. Well, I think you went.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, England. I knew I read it somewhere.
He needs to move to the United States and do it again.
Because the Queen she's so old school.
The Queen.
Yes. She's so old school that it's.
It's stupid. I just think, just let the person go. Who cares?
But
who really
parent.
cares in the whole grand scheme?
In today's world, it's parent. It's gender neutral.
There's no reason anybody should have to fight over something like this. The kid's already going to be confused anyway. Where's my mommy? Where's my daddy? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just too many complications.
Everything's, yep.
So why did the alligator cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Well, let's find out. Why did the alligator cross the road? Parts of Florida's Everglades were closed due to flooding after ETA on Friday, November 13th, made it easier for the alligator to cross the flooded road.
Wow.
So there you go. You get to see, as soon as this commercial's over, you get to see the alligator cross the road. But now we know why the alligator crossed the road, because he could.
Mm-hmm.
I want this ad to
no cars. Everybody was held up inside.
Yeah. Look at that. There he is.
Oh, my goodness.
He's crossing the road. He's taking a good old time crossing the road, too.
Looks like he's probably about as slow as a turtle.
He is big, too. He's not just a little alligator. He's a big one. So, it's a shame a python isn't also crossing the road. That'd be kind of cool. But they had that python thing, and they caught the most pythons that they've ever caught this year. But, yeah, it's kind of weird. Why did the alligator cross the road? Because he wanted to.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there was no traffic, as you could see.
Yeah, absolutely. Where the boats at? Need some boats.
I mean, yesterday when I left work, I started over to a friend's house, the one that I stopped at whenever I was coming here. I was originally going to go there yesterday after work, and from the time I left work until she said that yesterday wasn't good for her, I saw 5 deer. And I was like, my goodness.
Were they wearing masks, and were they socially distancing?
No, on both.
That could be a problem.
One was standing right along the road behind a guardrail. The other ones were crossing the road, and I was like, yeah. And I was looking for masks, but didn't see them wearing them.
Oh, man. Here's what supermarkets are limiting on sales again. Because, well, brisket, ramen, and toilet paper. I've never had ramen in my life.
It's actually very good.
Well, I know that when I was in college, a lot of students ate ramen, but I never had it in my life.
Have you ever had those cup of soups where all you do is add hot water?
Nope.
Wow, you ought to try it.
Nope. I'm not a soup person.
Yeah, but I'm not. I shouldn't say I'm not, but like those cup of soups, when you put the hot water in, and it cooks the noodles, then you just eat the noodles and dump the juice.
All right, here's a Target says that this is what they're
Hi, puppy.
having problems keeping in stock, I guess. Cleaning supplies, food,
Yes.
over-the-counter medicine, baby products. They're all tracked through their supply chain and all that
I
stuff.
believe that.
Restocking. Most in-demand items. Hey, we should do this as a fun test. You would probably get it, too. Toilet paper, disinfectant wipes, flushable wipes, hand and face wipes, multi-purpose spray cleaner, gloves, and more. Do you get any and more? How many and mores did you get?
No, they were out.
Figured
Because
that.
I was looking. I couldn't even find a spot on a shelf for it.
Well, that's because they used their cleaning wipes to get rid of the spots.
Yeah. Marty got them. Marty took them all.
Marty?
Yeah, Marty.
Grawl?
No. The giant robot.
Oh, I hate that robot.
Yeah, I know.
He's always following me. So, if you were, right nowadays, if you were, say, to go on a vacation, where would be the...
Who's paying?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But, where do you not want to be?
Someplace cold.
Okay, but what type of transportation would you not want to be in? We talked about one of them earlier.
Well, considering I've never flown, I can't say I wouldn't want to be an airplane.
You would with COVID, because you never know who's in the other seats. But another place where you wouldn't want to be...
A train or a bus.
Okay, those two as well. But how about Caribbean cruise?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, this Caribbean cruise passengers disembarked from Caribbean
Wow.
cruise that had COVID-19 cases. Again, you knew you were sick when you got on the stupid Caribbean cruise. Why would you do that to people?
Because it's a lot of money and non-refundable.
Well, I think that Caribbean cruise would rather refund it than lose all their clients.
But they have their policies that are considered non-refundable.
It's going to kill all of them. Everyone's going to die from business on a business standpoint because a lot of stupid people. The Sea Dream was carrying 66 crew and more than 50 passengers, with the majority of passengers hailing from the U.S. 2 groups on board had members who tested positive. A couple and 5 members of the family of 6 from the United States. The ship left from England October 19th, and new passengers boarded in the Barbados November 7th. And then it said 1 passenger became sick 4 days later, and the ship turned back to Barbados. And while it was docked in for several days, passengers were quarantined in their rooms. So I just think that the problem is that there are too many people that all they care about is themselves, and they don't care about,
right,
getting other people sick. When I was, I remember when I used to work, they used to say, "Look, if you're sick, stay home. Don't bring in whatever sickness
Right,
you
and
have."
they still say that.
But now it's more important than ever.
Yeah.
And I was one of the people that would never call off sick. I would go in sick, but nobody would know I was sick because I used to cover up.
Right, and
nobody
some
ever got
people
sick
can do
because
that.
of me.
Some people can do that, some people can't.
Right.
I always heard you sneeze 3 times, and they said it was a running joke.
Sneeze 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Yeah,
Twice
right.
on the pipes.
But it was, if you sneeze 3 times, you're supposed to go home because that means you're catching a cold and getting sick. The problem is, somebody like me, who very rarely will sneeze, when I do, it's more than 3 times. So it's like, this just isn't right. And if, like, let's say it's after lunch, and you really have a full stomach from lunch.
It's after lunch.
Yeah, okay. And you sneeze more than 3 times, it's not, I'm not sick, it's just, I'm full.
I've never sneezed when I was full.
Oh, I do.
Oh.
Especially when I leave hosses.
Here's a local one for you, but it's actually more of an issue around the world, and that is scams. This is a local scam, but it's actually a problem across the country. And I've talked about these scams before because, I really believe that there are a lot of people, especially now when we have to look at every penny that we make. People are scamming people that are not. Most of them are not even in this country. Most of them are from India or Pakistan and stuff like that. But the scam of this is that people are pretending they're the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a weird scam, but what they're doing is they're saying that your Social Security number has been compromised.
I've had that call.
And I think you said you got that recently.
Yep.
And they're what you do is when you call them, they'll say that there has been a car found in Texas, and it's a Toyota Corolla. It's a whatever 19 whatever year or 2000 whatever. Yeah, 2010. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I believe it was at 10 o'clock this morning they called.
Can I hear it?
No, it was just a recent call.
Oh. But anyway, they they rewrite off of a script, and the script is always saying that the car was found with your name attached to the rental.
Right.
And the rental's it's almost always a Toyota, and it's always in Texas, and it's they always find in this car was several bars of crack cocaine.
Oh, geez.
And there's some blood in the car.
Oh.
And they're trying to say that you were the one that did this. And they found a couple bank accounts from Bank of America and like all these different banks that they name. This is all script, so none of this is real.
Right.
But anyway, you finally say, look, I didn't do that. I'm not even from there. I'm from here, and wherever here is. And what they'll do is they'll then work with you and say, okay, well, we believe you might be telling the truth. So we'll try to, we'll work with you as long as you work with us. And they'll say, how much money do you have in your accounts?
Yeah.
And some people will say, a lot of the time they target the elderly. And they'll say, I have $10,000 in my account, or I have $5,000 in my account.
Right.
And what they do is they say, well, we're going to try to help you, but we gotta put your money in a safe place, a security box, so that it doesn't get stolen, because they have your account number, so they have your account name and credentials now, so they can take all that money from you, and they scare the person into giving up that money, and usually you wire transfer that money to another country. I don't know if that's how this one works. Let's see here.
I'm looking through my deleted voicemails because I know I had that one.
Individuals identifying themselves as the IRS or FRS representatives are telling people that they owe money. Oh, this is a different one. This is one where they say you're being fined because your taxes are incorrect, and they're telling you have to get gift cards to pay it.
Oh,
and like the government doesn't care about gift cards. They want you. They're not going to do it this way. They're going to send you letters, and they're going to get you on the phone, and they're not going to, do that.
There's this one where they're saying from U.S. Customs, and I'll have an arrest warrant under my name.
Yes, they do that.
I have that one.
Can we put your phone up to the
Hold
microphone?
on, I gotta
see if we can get anything out of that. Because these happen all the time. And
crap, I deleted it.
Oh, can't undelete?
That's what I'm going to see.
But people don't know that they are fake because, why would they believe that they were, that someone would do that?
Well, see, that was in my deleted, so once I delete from the deleted, I think I'm done.
Huh.
That sucks.
Well, there's another one here, too. This is a cable promotion one, too. Lost $300. Beware of cable promotion involving gift cards. Cable promoters are not going to go ask for gift cards to pay their fees or whatever. So people should realize that that's not going to happen. Gary Walker fell victim to a scam offering him a break in the cable bill. I lost $300. He received a call from someone claiming to be Comcast. And it wasn't Comcast, by the way. And I'm just waiting a few seconds here. 3, 2, 1, 0.
The ABC 27 investigators have a scam alert. Beware of calls offering you a break on your Comcast bill.
Yeah, it could end up costing you money. Senior investigator Kendra Nichols shows us how this scam works, and she spoke with the probable scammer.
We met a Cumberland County man who says he was scammed out of $300, and he wants to make sure it doesn't happen to you.
He's on a fixed income.
Gary Walker thought he was going to get a break on his cable bill.
I'm sitting here and got a phone call from Comcast and Infinity. Asked me if I wanted to lower my bill. I said, that sounds great.
All Gary had to do was buy a gift card.
You need to get a card from Best Buy for $300. Call us back and give us the code and reference number, and we set you.
Right there is the thing that tells you that it's a scam, because why would Comcast have you get a gift card?
Right.
Why wouldn't they just put it on your bill if there was something that they wanted to do?
Up and you'll get free channels. You don't have to worry about your bill for the next 2 months. And the third month, you'll see that it's lowered to $149.99 a month for 24 months.
Gary even had his daughter call back to check on the deal.
He said everybody's been, out business. The businesses were shut down. He said we're joining each other, teaming up to try to help each other out.
Gary got the gift card and called the number he was given to give them the code.
That's the mistake there.
But he never got his...
The mistake is that you didn't call Comcast with their number, with the number you have on file. You called with the number they left you, so they can make it look like it's real.
Deal, and the gift card was spent before he could cancel it.
I called the guy back and I said, what's going on here? This is a scam. And he said, yeah, get over it.
The ABC 27 investigators contacted Comcast. There is a warning on the Comcast website about this potential scam. Comcast also confirmed the number Gary was asked to call is not a real Comcast number. We called the number to see if we could talk to someone.
Welcome to Comcast, home of Xfinity.
It sounds legitimate. Then a person answered.
Well, that's right then you know it's a scam, because it takes me forever to get somebody on the line.
Unless you know how to do it.
She got it pretty quick.
Michael, my name is Kendra Nichols. I'm an investigative reporter with ABC 27 News out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm calling regarding the promotion that you guys are offering customers. Are you giving me permission to record this conversation?
Yeah, sure.
I told Michael that the number I called has been identified by Comcast as being part of a potential scam.
Are you sure this number is on Comcast's website?
I am positive.
Provide the link. Let me check it out. I'm not sure.
Provide me my email address, and I can provide you with the link.
Wow.
You know it's a scam.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gary is still out $300.
Somebody catch him and prosecute him, and some of the people get their money back.
If you believe you are a victim of this scam, you should contact your local police department. You can also file a complaint with the FCC.
And the bottom line is, if they're asking you for gift cards, it's a scam. That's the first thing I would see. Is
the ABC 27 investigators.
I just think that if it's too good to be true.
Yes.
It is too good. If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true.
Okay, so I recovered that voicemail.
Did you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
but I don't know if we'll be able to hear it.
Well, hold on. Let me see if is this one hooked up. I think it is. Or is it not? Let me see. This is a red. Oh no, that's not the one. Wait a minute here.
Because my phone's turned up as loud as it'll go.
Oh, let's see. I don't think I have it. Hold on.
And I even have it on speaker.
Well, put it up by your microphone.
Right, let me roll it back.
The other side. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't sound like speakerphone though.
Well, it says speakerphone.
Well, that was really low. Do you have it turned up here?
Yes.
All the way up on.
Yes. Let me. Back it up.
Within manager.
There it is.
U.S. Customs and
Put
Border
it up on your-
Protection. Due to a criminal activity, we will have to issue an arrest warrant under your name and get you arrested. To speak with an agent, press 1. To speak with a manager, press 2.
Okay. Well, and so they're calling you saying, there's a warrant out for your arrest.
Yep.
And now what they're going to do is they're going to do the scam that I told you about, where they say that they found a car, a Toyota in Texas, with a with cocaine and blood in it, and it's all registered to your name. And first off, I know that's not true because you don't have 10 different accounts under your name. If you do, there's a lot of money that you don't know about.
And the other thing that I find is funny is the ones I call, or the ones that call me saying, "Oh, we'll help you lower your student loans."
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm like, I don't have any.
Well, that may not be a scam as much as it is a robocall. But yeah, the thing is, like I said, if you're looking for like a free thing, it's not going to happen. Or if they're giving you a deal that's beyond belief, it's not. There's a reason that it's
right
like that, because it can't be.
If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah. So, in the case of that, you're really in trouble with that kind of situation, that you don't believe anybody. If they ask you for gift cards, it's a scam.
Yeah.
No business is going to offer you gift cards. I listen to a guy on Twitch. His name's Kit Boga.
Yes.
And he does every day, calls scammers and wastes their time. And sometimes he talks to the guys at the end and says, "Why are you doing this? Do your family know you're doing this? Does your parents know you're doing this?" And they're, "Well, we need money." Well, everybody needs money. And you're trying to take money from people that are old usually, and you're, "Well, I only take 100 or 200 or."
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What if they
some
don't?
of them only take that.
What if that's the only money they have?
Yeah, that's exactly what he says to them, and they always, they will take. They'll try to take as much money as they can, but some of them justify it, saying, "Well, I have to make money." Well, we all have to make money,
Well, I found out I had something happen to me. Was it yesterday? No, it was Sunday, I believe. It was either Saturday or Sunday. I didn't want to go out, so I had DoorDash deliver.
There's a ripoff there.
Yeah, I know. But I had them deliver something, and usually what they do is they'll text when they're on the porch, because that's in my instructions. Just text me when you're on the porch. And, if I know that they're real close by, I will go out and wait on the porch, and then that way they only have to come up to the front. Well, after I got my food and went inside, I got the text that says, "Hey, your driver delivered it on the porch." And I usually respond back, "Thank you." This one said, "Thank you for helping me support my family." It was really cool.
Oh, they didn't screw you out of...
No.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for you to say they took your food and ran.
No. I made sure I got the food first. Because if I'm out on the porch, then I know.
Well, with the increase in COVID and the restrictions and all that, we're going to see more of this, unfortunate. A huge wave of evictions is possible in January. People that have had forgiveness for their rent and stuff like that, that's all running out.
Right.
Tammy Phelps has had high hopes and big plans for 2020. She planned to buy her own home and move out of the rental where she was and her 5 children had been living since her divorce 5 years ago. She and her boyfriend were planning a wedding, but the coronavirus upended it all. The outbreak in March resulted in a sudden evaporation of her job as administrator of for an executive of a travel company. By August, when the $600 a week supplement and unemployment insurance stopped, she was having trouble affording her $1,250 a month rent. By October, she found herself sobbing in a courtroom in Omaha, Nebraska, trying to hold on to her rental home and keep her family from becoming homeless because she owed $3,750 in back rent. I've been paying every dollar I've been able to pay each month. Stimulus money and some set aside for an emergency. We nickel and dimed it, getting us through the first 6 months. We're eating ramen, and I'm paying whatever I can on my rent. But at the 11th hour, it was an untimely government institution that came to her aid. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Her legal aid advisor told her about an eviction protest for the federal agency had put in place that she qualified for. Once she was before a judge during the eviction hearing, Phelps presented the CDC order that allowed her to stay in her home. The CDC emergency order went into effect September 4th nationwide, temporarily prohibiting new and previously filed evictions from occurring in effort to prevent transmission of the virus. Well, but that's going to have an ending date. It is invoked when a tenant gives the landlord a signed declaration asserting that they meet specific requirements, including that they earn less than $100,000 a year, have experienced a significant loss of income, have made their best effort to find rental assistance and pay their rent. I'm the kind of American that needs it now, who never needed help before. I always paid my bills on time, never faced eviction. I didn't know these services existed. I'm so grateful. But the order is expected to expire at the end of the year and faces legal challenges, meaning Phelps, as well as potentially millions of other renters of households across the country, may still lose their homes. An estimated 11 to 13 million renter households are at risk of eviction. See, this is why I'm glad I own my house, and this is why I'm glad that I don't have to deal with this kind of thing, because that would be scary to me too.
I have one of the ladies I work with is in that process now. She had just moved, but because of all this, her health issues and whatnot, she said she's behind something like $5,000 in rent.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for this order, she'd be out.
This is like $4,000 for her.
Yeah.
And it says here an estimated, where was it? 11 to 13 million are at risk of eviction.
I believe it.
It predicts that there could be as many as 6.4 potential eviction filings by January 1st, 2021. Since the order does not cancel or freeze rent, all the tenants' back rent will be due January 1st. Without rent relief or an extension on the protection, many struggling renters will again face eviction. So that's scary when you think about that many people. When they keep shutting down the services, keep shutting down what we can do, there's no income coming in. She still doesn't have an income.
If you're trying to find help and everybody's working remotely and not answering phone calls or emails, how are people supposed to apply for help if there's nobody in the offices or whatever to do what they're supposed to do?
I
hear that because I get calls all the time when I'm in the office, and I see emails of saying, we're trying to call you to talk to you about your account, and nobody's getting back to me. Nobody's responding. And it's like, why aren't people answering the phones or whatever? And, of course, if I say anything to my boss, then I'm causing trouble. So I just keep quiet.
Well, like I said, I'm very, very scared about this country and about the world.
Yes.
Because, people are not going to be able to survive. Because even once the pandemic's over, they're still $4,000 or $5,000 behind on their rent. Once they get a job.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of things to be thinking about in the long term. So, like I said, I'm glad that my house is paid for, and I don't have to deal with that. So then we'll talk about something a little more happy.
That's good. Beyond
Meat moves closer to the perfect burger. You know who they're with?
Who?
Of all people.
That's who.
That sounds like a Scooby-Doo.
Except it's a buddy-doo.
Scooby-Doo-Doo. What'd you say? What do you want?
Say woof.
He must be feeling better this week because he's really making a lot of noise.
My puppy's not feeling well.
The past couple of weeks he's just not been himself. But Beyond Meat, they have two versions of this plant-based burger, and it supposedly tastes closer to meat than the last Beyond Meat. So they actually are making it better than last time. But they're going to end up at McDonald's. They're working on a McDonald's thing.
Cool.
So it says here, Beyond Meat unveiled 2 new versions of its Beyond Meat burger on Monday. The Beyond 35 is 35% less fat and than traditional 80-20 beef. Meanwhile, the Beyond 55 has 35% less fat versus 80-20 ground beef, but 55% less saturated fat. So I think that's going to be really interesting as they grow. I like the Beyond Beef stuff. I have had it a couple times. I have some in my fridge, and I think it's a good idea because that'll get us away from eating animals. So, being that I am a
animal lover,
I'm an animal lover, but I'm also a meat eater.
Right.
This is one way I can get away from meat a little bit. There is somebody else who's. Well, let me read this first. That's I had the wrong article here.
Whoops.
Let's see here. Where's it at? This is what I want. Beer for breakfast. New Waffle House collaboration brew smells like bacon.
That might be good.
Everything's better with bacon, at least as far as I know it is, anyway. And so does this article start out with that. But leave it to the reliable Waffle House. And
Waffle House!
Yes. Wait a minute. Okay. The Atlanta-based chain has teamed with Anarchy Brewing Company to concoct a new bacon-infused beer that delivers an aroma of breakfast meat. The aptly and humorously titled Bacon and Kegs Beer, a 6.5% ABV red ale, has a malty character enhanced with salty, savory, smoky bacon extract. So, be on the lookout for your new breakfast beer.
Might be all right.
It might be. I don't know.
I mean, I've said that I can't stand the taste of beer, but there is one that I will drink, even though I have never been able to find it since then. I don't know the name of it, but I know that it's in a silver bottle, and it has an O, and there's a 3. That's all I can. That's all I know. So I wish I could tell the name of it, because that was really good. It didn't taste like beer.
Pepsi has a new concoction. They have the first 2-liter bottle redesign in 30 years.
Okay.
It looks like
a can.
No. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, a fat bottle.
It's like a fat bottle with a little skinny waist.
Oh, wow. A fat 2-liter.
Yeah.
Or what they called them, 3 liters or something like that at one time? I know they had a 3-liter.
It says Pepsi
oh, you're back.
Line of chubby plastic 2-liter bottles are getting a slimmer design. Beginning this week, some U.S. customers will see in stores a new bottle with an enhanced grip point at the bottom. It's 25% slimmer than the old bottle. So it's something to look at. It's a new design on Pepsi bottles. So
you might want to take it up and fill it up.
Yeah, I would think so. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really see a need for a design change, but hey, whatever it takes. Hey, I'm happy about this next story. One thing I think that this area needs is what? What kind of restaurant?
Well, we have fast food.
There's a specific type of food that I am really
Taco Bell.
Sad about because there are none around here.
Taco Bell.
There aren't any around here.
There aren't
There's
any.
one kind of food that I like really, really a lot.
Seafood.
That's right, seafood. Seafood Saturday restaurant is bringing seafood platters and crab cakes to Dauphin County, and it's going to be in the mall, the Colonial Park Mall. So it says here, Seafood Saturday will open at the the Colonial Park Mall, and they're going to have shrimp, crab legs, red potatoes.
They're going to put Red Lobster out of business.
Well,
or try to.
They're a chain. The Red Lobster's a chain, so they're not going to go anywhere. But this is not a chain. These guys actually own another company. So their story is they had a seafood place that was open in the city.
Okay.
And they're actually going to. Where's it at? I'm trying to think. I don't remember what the name of it was. Previously subleased.
On State Street.
the PM Bistro and Lounge on State Street, where for about 4 months he operated Seafood Saturday in 2017. He was forced to close when the facility was shut down as a result of a shooting at the bistro.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I know where that is. Okay.
So now this guy owns the Carpets R Us in Harrisburg, and he's excited about operating in the comfort of a mall where it's a safer environment.
Okay, okay. I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, there was a place called Gertrude's Chocolates, I think it was.
Okay.
That's where he's going to go in at. Gertrude Hawk Chocolates in the mall. I don't know where it was, but I'm assuming it's down by the seafood, or down by the food court area.
Probably, yeah.
But I don't know. But that's good.
But if
news
there's nobody
to me.
going to the mall, then he's not going to win there either.
Well, that's the big deal. Is why would you open a restaurant in this day and age in a mall setting for seafood when you would want to sit down to eat seafood?
He's probably thinking he can draw in people to take it and go home and prepare it or whatever.
I don't know. I don't know. I want a good seafood place. Now, there's a place out in Union Deposit that just opened up that I want to go to, that I told Mom I was going to wait till she gets out, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So. And
there's that new place that just opened down by me that was originally over in Mechanicsburg, that Harbor House of Crabs.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that used to be over in Mechanicsburg.
So, you'll like this. I saw this video before the show started, and I thought, oh, you're going to like this. There's a low bridge, or infamous low-ass bridge, helps keep RV owners with AC delete. Well, what's AC delete? AC delete...
Some kind of battery current?
No, it's...
no air conditioning?
It formerly has air conditioning, but now they don't have air conditioning.
Oh, so it chopped the air conditioning off.
Yes, the video was so freaking weird and bizarre that I thought, well, that would be fun to watch. So that's what we're going to do, is watch this happen. Here is the look at the boom. Ooh. Now they have a better video. It starts here, and it's a YouTube video, of course. Puppy? And they crash number 158. Coming down the street.
Let's see.
And here we go. It looks like boom.
Oh.
It's 11, the number 11, the word foot, 8, the number 8.com. Now here's another one, or another angle. Boom.
Wow.
I mean, that's got to be expensive. That RV has got to cost you $100,000.
And if you didn't know how tall your RV is...
Oh. Yeah, but...
I mean, think about...
Who would have thought about it? It's too late to
Yes, but think about what it is on Front Street with all those tractor and trailers trying to go under that bridge.
Yeah.
And you think that they would pay attention to...
You would think.
And some of them
There's
don't.
Another video. Let's see here. Here it is. I think this is the one. Is this the one? This is another intersection, a different intersection at the same thing. Is this the one? Is this the one I just watched? Oh, that's the one I watched. This is the one. Oh, this one's scary. This one's this is their little brother, 11'8", evil little brother.
Little puppy.
So this is a bunch of cars that ended up So they have music on, so we can cut the music so that we don't get in trouble.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, these are
that was
serious.
like downtown Harrisburg.
These are serious issues.
Yeah.
And here's another one. I mean, these guys, they should really think before they drive, I guess. But
yeah,
watch. I mean, some of these places get violently ripped. Like that one just rips it apart. And also, if you look in the side, look over. See this road where it curves? Well, there's also cars that see the curb at the last second, and they ooh, look at that! Look how that one falls really apart in the whole thing, and that truck's totaled. I mean, there's nothing coming out of that car, and these guys are like, I'm not going through there. This one's another one, a Penske truck.
Oh my goodness!
And another one just.
They probably think they can just barely slide.
Well, they probably
under.
don't think about it because they don't think about the height of their truck.
Yeah.
And even though it says, look, that car he just like freaked out because he didn't see the curb. And here comes a fire truck.
Oh my goodness.
Boom. And here's another truck.
And I know
this guy's not so bad. He didn't do too bad.
Well, what I hear some of the truck drivers say is it's not so much like the height of their truck, but if they don't know the area and their GPS tells them to go that way, the GPS doesn't know that it's a low bridge.
That's right. But, I mean, it's just amazing. Look, here's another car that, boom, he hits the curb.
Oh.
So he hits the curb, and that just bounces him into the other lane. This guy here, watch.
Wow.
Crunch.
Oh.
I mean, it just totals the truck. And who knows what some of these people have in their trucks that are... Most of those guys look like they didn't have anything in their truck. This truck here, it hits the curb, and if he hadn't hit the curb, he would have hit the bottom thing anyway. But it catches fire.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what he was carrying, but I'll tell you what, I'd be freaking out.
Me too.
Because here they fast forward it, and they bring out the fire company to put out the fire. And, you know, who knows what he was carrying. It could be gas-related. It could be, I don't know what kind of truck it was.
Right.
But it doesn't look like it was, you know, like a gas truck or anything. But whatever he had in there was flammable, and everybody was trying to put the fire out. So that kind of freaks me out a little bit, because the rest of this video was them putting the fire out. But
wow,
I'm telling you, that's got to be freaky. That's got to be freaky. Yeah, and I wonder how if they charge the company, like for something like that where it's on fire, they charge the guy. They charge him for what it costs to put that out, or you know, where does that come from?
I know.
Who pays for that?
The company probably eats the loss. They have to.
But if that's a railroad track on the top, are they gonna charge? Is the railroad company gonna charge them for the accident? Because they, you know, it weakens their stuff too.
That's true.
So, but shame on the company. Shame on the people for, you know, they're having accidents there regularly. They should fix it.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, they just keep going and going. But I just thought that was kind of, it was kind of an eye-opener. I'm glad I don't have to drive truck for a living. So, this next story, it's nuts. I mean, we were talking about scams earlier.
Mm-hmm.
How about a scam? You've heard of phishing, right? Catfishing?
Yes.
Okay, you know what that is.
Yep.
Where a woman or a man leads the woman or the man on, and they give them money.
Right.
Well, here is one that I say it screams catfishing, but this guy really believes man has only seen pictures of wife he met and married online, and he meets a real woman from the photos. Now, you got to think, how stupid are you? Because he spent money getting her.
Wow.
But, I mean, maybe she showed up. Maybe I didn't read the whole article, but when I read the beginning of the article, it screams scam. David says he met and fell in love with Maria online 2.5 years ago, in June 2019. He married Maria online, even though he's never met her in person or even video chatted with her.
How can you marry somebody online?
See, some guys are really desperate, and they would do that. And there are times that I have been approached by women on Facebook,
right?
And I knew they were scams. And it's funny because a couple weeks later, their profile's been deleted. But anyway, this guy here, he's been he says he's been sending her lawyer $1,500 a month to help Maria with her $10 million inheritance.
Wow,
that screams when you have to pay for your inheritance.
Yep.
So he hasn't been able to spend money to see her in person. David finally had the opportunity to meet woman behind the pictures he's been receiving in the video. See how he reacts. The episode, now apparently this is a television show, so maybe this is like set up so that it's not.
Right.
Check out here to see what it is. If you believe you have been a victim of an internet love scam, visit the FBI's website. But anyway, I kind of want to watch that because I want to know, who is this person? Is she real or isn't she? I didn't watch the video, so okay, this is the Dr. Phil thing. You can watch it and find out.
2.5 years you believe to be Maria. You're actually seeing her.
She looks like he's asleep. Oh, there he is.
In live action for the first time.
Hey, that looks like Danny Graham.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, now David, look, I know this is a lot to process.
Oh, wait a minute. I better back up because there's something more because he's heartbroken.
A lot of investigating, and I'm here to report that the woman David believes is Maria does in fact exist. Those pictures are of a woman, but she is not in Texas. She is in fact in Sweden. Her name is not Maria. It's actually Angelica.
Why would she come on the show?
Joining me virtually
popularity
is Angelica. Please say hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Are you going to screw him? What? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. Did you see what it said?
No. I was reading some of the comments.
It says someone stole photos of her. So that means I was right.
Well, David, you're looking at the woman that is
Sucker.
the picture that you have had labeled as Maria. Angelica, how many people do you know that have used your photos to scam people into believing they're someone else?
3 people, actually, have done the same thing.
At least 3 other people have taken your picture, put someone else's name on them, made up a story. And
now, I got to tell you that a couple times on Facebook, Pam's stepmother has had several accounts open up, and they would come on and talk to me, and they talked to me as if they didn't know me, so I knew that it wasn't her. And I've called them on the carpet every time I've gone to her and said, hey, this has been...
Yep.
And they actually got her father, too.
Wow.
But they don't even answer my questions anymore, so screw them if they end up stealing their identity. And then, who else did they... Oh, Brenda Freeg or something like that. Yeah. I wrote her an email saying, is this in fact you, or is it, and... She now responded to me. It's probably 6 months later or a year later.
Wow.
She finally responded to me saying, yes, it is me, and I know it's her because of the way she writes her sentences. So I just think this guy here, he was a sucker. If you first off, married her over the internet, come on. How can you love someone that you never met and never spent time with? That's not love. That's lust. That's fantasy. And if you don't spend time with that person and you get screwed over it because you're stupid enough to send them money, and even if you saw a video, even if you video chatted with them, you don't have any idea where they're really at. So that was really stupid on their part to agree to send them $1,500. What do you say, a month?
A month, yeah.
That was really dumb. And oh man, I mean, it'd be nice to be able to tag someone like that and have it be real, but that's not going to happen. That isn't reality. And, this is not the movies. This is not, what was that Tom Hanks movie where he was sleepless in Seattle? This doesn't happen.
To be someone else. I'm very sorry for you that that's happened to you. David, it's got to be surreal to be looking
He wants to
at
shoot
the person
himself.
that for 2.5 years you have believed to be Maria. You're actually seeing her in live action for the first time. That's got to be surreal for you.
Well, she's my wife.
Okay, now David, look, I know this is a lot to process. It's not easy telling you all of this. Take a minute to gather yourself, because I know this is overwhelming.
Question to you, sir.
Please.
Can Maria see me now? Can she hear me?
Angelica can.
Yes, my name is not Maria. My name is Angelica, and I live in Stockholm. And I also have
a twin sister.
Hi.
Jeez. Get two for the price of one there.
See, now I can see a little bit of difference.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you both for joining us. This is very helpful. As painful as it is to David, I can't tell you how much this is helpful.
This is
David,
amazing.
Unbelievable.
But it's out there. They're out there to scam. If you do not have significant proof of life, meaning you meet the person in person, not on a freaking... And even if you meet them in person, if they're a long distance, I wouldn't want to... I would not do a long distance relationship.
And that's why they tell you if you're going to meet somebody from the internet, you meet them at a public place.
Yep.
Well, Dr. Bell, I'm not very often speechless.
Duh.
I pity Angelica. I hope she can find God.
Well, I don't think God's going to help you.
You don't treat people like that, Angelica. Come on.
But it's not her that's doing it.
No, wait a minute. Let me be sure you understand. Angelica has nothing to do with this. She hasn't been pretending to be Maria. There is...
He's so stupid he doesn't even realize it.
That's why this happened.
A Nigerian man, probably in his late teens or early 20s,
that's right,
that has stolen their identity, and that's who you've been talking
Well, not their
to.
identity, stole their pictures.
Angelica,
You,
and
my
her
sir,
sister
are a
have
stupid
social
person.
media accounts, and these pirates, most likely Nigerians, have stolen their pictures and pretended to be them. You're probably talking to a 20-something-year-old Nigerian man. That's who has pretended to be Maria.
It's fun when you catch them on
using
things.
their
though.
pictures.
Like, I love to play with their heads because I like to scam the scammers. I know that they aren't what they say they are because they don't...
So you think you're Trash Boga?
Well, in some ways I am because, like, for instance, they'll say, where are you from?
Right.
Okay, then you look at their profile and you see they're from California. Say, are you in California? They'll say, yes. Where are you from? Well, first off, if they wanted to know where I was from and they were smart about it, they would look on my profile and see, I see you're from Pennsylvania. Well, they don't. And the biggest giveaway is when you say, I'm from PA. And they don't know where that is.
Right.
And I don't understand. They'll say, I don't understand. Well, if you were born a citizen of the United States, you know every two-letter digit, every two-letter abbreviation of every state there is.
Yes.
That's the first thing I would have done is I would have gone through and see if, now, sometimes they're smart enough that they would say, oh, I get it, are you in PA? That means they actually search the internet to find out what PA is. But then you go further and you say,
that's why if
you say you're in Dauphin. I had one person say they were in Dauphin. They said they lived in Dauphin. And they said they were they even said a road that might actually appear in Dauphin. I said, well, is that down by the, what did I say? Is that down by Philadelphia Avenue? They said, yes. Well, there is no Philadelphia Avenue in Dauphin.
Right.
Or in Harrisburg. So right then I've caught them. I know. And now I know from the rest of the point what they're going to do is try to scam me out of money. And I was trying to think, what is the scam though? So I kept trying to figure out what the scam is. And I worked it. And then she said, I'd like to come see you. I said, well, okay, come on. I'll tell you where I'm at. she goes, well, I can't come to you. I said, no. I said, what's your address? I'll come down now. I knew she wasn't there.
Right.
And then it probably wasn't even a she. It was probably a Nigerian. And then she kept saying, well, just give me $10 to put gas in my car. I said, well, why would I give you $10? I can drive right down to you. I love doing that stuff because that's just, it's funny. But this guy here, he was suckered. He was suckered by the whole thing, and he is still too stupid enough to think that she did it. I mean, maybe she did do it, and she's just playing dumb.
Yeah.
But there are those people that will steal the pictures.
Yep.
And then there was one guy, or not one guy, one girl that approached me about 10 or 12 times under different names, but the same picture.
Wow.
And I said, well, just stop. You're making a fool out of yourself. I know you're a scammer because you keep sending the same picture with a different name.
Yep.
How stupid can you be? And obviously they kept going and going. And anyway, that guy there, he's never going to see any of his money.
No, of course
and
not.
he was, and sadly, the story was that he couldn't afford to go see her. Well, that means that $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
That just was, and if he had the money to go see her, she would always have a reason why she couldn't do it. I mean, but she never had to do that because he was one of those guys that was poor enough that he would give his last penny for the love of his life, who doesn't exist.
Oh.
It's sad, but those people are out there. Yep. Anyway, well, I still had a whole lot of stories. See, I've been doing this lately. I've been finding these stories. Like Friday, I'll start Friday or Saturday doing a couple things, and I won't find anything. And I think, oh, I'm going to be in trouble for. And then Sunday, I may not find anything, but then Monday, I'll find everything.
Well, if I see something that looks interesting, I don't care when it is, I'll send it to you.
You should. That's the only way I can remember.
Well, as long as I'm not asleep, I'm looking.
Well, I see the stories that are amazing that. Like this one here, I just had to do because I knew the guy was going to get scammed. I didn't know the ending, but I knew he was going to get scammed because you could tell he was not smart. Anyway, I guess we went over today, so I want to thank you guys for listening in and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back probably next week, but I don't know. I haven't really decided, but I think we'll be back next week because I don't have anything going on. Anyway, until next week, we will talk to you again. And remember, the most important part. I got some new templates. I'm going to try to make some new graphics and stuff. I just released them today. What's going on?
Huh?
Why isn't that coming? I wonder if that didn't even record.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I gotta pee really bad.